And good afternoon, hockey fans in Newfoundland and Labrador and around the world via the internet. This is the 2015 Herder Memorial Trophy Championship Series, game number 4. Brought to you by The Telegram. This webcast brought to you in part through a partnership with Bell Alliant Community One. Game 4, the Cataracts lead the series against the Corner Brook Royals by a count of 3-0 thanks to the victory last night, a 5-2 victory for the Cataracts here at home. They have a chance to wrap it up here at the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium. Let's come inside our Canadian Tire broadcast booth. As always, George Scott joined by Barry. I almost said Barry Manuel.
You did?
I did. Think about Barry from last night. He dropped the puck. Robert Golding is back. Barry filled in last week, but going to be a tough battle for the Royals, and they're missing some key bodies again this afternoon.
Yeah, George, it was a difficult game for them last night, a 2-2 game going into the third period, and, as Coach Darren Colburn had spoken to me before the game last night, that was their Game 7. Obviously now today, it is their Game 7, and you talked about missing players. Well, unfortunately, because of work commitments, Chris Hewlett had to go back to Ontario. He's starting a new job tomorrow, obviously a very important piece of the puzzle over there. So Chris Hewlett is out. Ryan Penny is back in for them. Other than that, no changes for the Cataracts, however. Sammy Hounsell back in today, and, of course, Wicks and Cole will sit by the sidelines. So a much-needed boost for the Cataracts on their defensive core. Sammy Hounsell is a great addition to the team. Missed last night because of work commitments. So it's one of those things. Speaking to Darren Colburn before the game, he said, we're not going to lie down and play dead. He said we're going to come out and give it everything that we possibly got. Yeah,
you mentioned Chris Hewlett out, of course, coming into the weekend. Hunter Tremblay not available with the knee injury, and Mark Robinson at home sick, apparently unable to make the trip, just not feeling well. There's some people that said he was coaching his team in Rocky Harbor. Not true. I'm told he's too sick to do that.
No, exactly. And I spoke to a couple of people. Yeah, Mark Robinson would not be giving up a chance to come and play in a Herder Championship unless he was, something prevent him. And, of course, he is very, very sick. We wish him well. And, with any luck for the Corner Brook Royals, he'll get an opportunity in Game 5 if they're successful today.
Yeah, if the Royals can extend the series, it'll be back in Corner Brook next Friday. I suspect, I don't know if they have a game time start. I would suspect it'll be 8:30.
I think it's 8:30. I'm not 100% sure.
In order for people to get off work and get over there and get to the games. But we got to get through this one first.
True.
But no doubt the Royals will come out. And as you say, sometimes when you are missing some key players, other guys step up, and that's what the Royals need. They need guys like Matt Bragg, who is also not 100%. He's giving it his all. He's probably their best player last night. He and Hewlett, I thought, were very good.
I thought you're exactly right, George. I thought that each and every time that Matt Bragg was out there, he was certainly a dominant figure. He has the puck a lot. He creates a lot. And you can tell that he's not 100%, but he's giving it everything he got. And you talked about him and Hewlett. They certainly were their two best players, and then throw in Gillis as well.
Yeah, Gillis has to be good again. He was good at times last night. He was also a little bit lucky at times. So had a couple of pucks get behind him that cleared away. Talking to some of the Royals executives before the game, they said Brian just doesn't seem to be seeing the puck the same as he has all year, and for the last couple of years he struggled a little bit, but he can turn that around. We know how good Brian Gillis can be and has been in the past, and he needs to regain that form. On the other side, his counterpart A.J. Whiffen has really picked up his game once the playoffs came around. Talked last night about how people were concerned about A.J.'s play all year round, but coming into the playoffs, he's regained his form from a few years ago, and I think he's got if the series does end today, he would get some consideration as Herder MVP again. To repeat, he got it last year.
George, you're exactly right. I go back to a game over in Corner Brook, AJ Whiffen, I really thought and saw the AJ Whiffen that I saw in the last couple of years. I think it was a pivotal moment for him. He, made the spectacular save, something that we didn't see AJ do probably the first half of the year. Obviously, when you go into a playoff against the Clarenville Caribous, who are loaded with offense, and you come away with a 4-game sweep, you have to attribute a lot of that to AJ Whiffen, and of course his defensive core. As you talked about, if AJ is successful again here today, or if the Cataracts are successful, I'm sure he will be given a nod maybe for an MVP type of a thing. And of course, AJ will put that by to hoist that Herder Trophy again.
Yeah, talking to some members of the Cataracts, but what may have turned AJ's play around a little bit. He was living in St. John's through most of the season. Didn't get to get on the ice a whole lot while he was in St. John's because of other commitments. Towards the end of the year, the last couple of weeks before the end of the regular season, he moved back to Grand Falls, Windsor.
You're right.
And was getting in that skate on Friday nights and getting a workout. Talking to Andre Gill, he said, he and some of the other guys would work with AJ. He get some shots and get back in game readiness, and that seemed to have made the difference for him. We're seeing the AJ of what we saw a few years ago.
George, you're exactly right. I was down to the stadium Friday night watching a Bantam game. My nephew was playing in a Bantam game, and Andre came in and Mike Brent, so I was down at the end, and we were shooting the breeze a little bit, and of course talking about how many guys will we have out for a skate tonight. And Crafty had come in on Thursday night's flight as opposed to Friday, and he said, well, one of the big things that they do, and exactly what you said, he said, we come down here for a skate for width. And he said, we pound pucks at him night after, shot after shot after shot, and he just loves it. And the fact that he was in St. John's, and it's a routine, and you get into that routine, it's not quite the same. Obviously, it has certainly made a difference, particularly last, month.
Yeah, we've seen a difference in his play. Again, let's go back on the Royals side. If you're the Royals players, you do get your back to the wall, and sometimes the most dangerous animal is a wounded one, and
True.
Right now they are wounded physically and mentally. I would think physically they're banged up a little bit. They got players missing, but also down a little bit after. It's tough when you're down 3 games and none. You're on the road, but sometimes that's when teams come up with their very best effort. Guys dig down and find that extra gear somewhere, that extra reserve, and don't count them out yet. We could be making that trip to Corner Brook on Friday.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, Georgia. And the other thing is, when a team is down 3-0 on the road, it's like they look at each other and say, we have nothing to lose. Let's just give everything that we possibly got. It's a little easier to play on the road, believe it or not, down 3-0 as opposed to at home. Because one thing, if you talk to any athlete, professional or otherwise, amateur as we have here, nobody ever wants to see a trophy presentation to the opposition on your home rink. And, of course, because of that, they would love to be able to get this victory today. Go back, Game 5, and the old saying goes, George, and we've heard it so many times, Game 4 is always the toughest to win. The clinching game is always the toughest to win. Doesn't matter what you've done in the previous 3 games. We saw that last year against Clarenville.
Yeah, they had a tough time finishing it off last year, up 3 games and none against the Caribous. Ended up, as we've talked about many, many times, coming down to overtime in Game 6. That almost went to a Game 7.
Yeah.
So, we may not be quite done here yet, as Mark Twain once famously wrote, the reports of my death are greatly exaggerated, and that may be the case for the Royals.
One thing, George, going back to the defensive core for the Corner Brook Royals, I think that they need to have a couple more guys step up. I really liked the way that Guy played last night. I thought Merton played a great game. He logged, I'm going to at least estimate, 35 to 40 minutes of ice time last night. Mike Dyke is a guy who's got to step up. He's a veteran player. He needs to get himself more physically engaged, both offensively and defensively. And, of course, some of the other guys you need to chip in. Now, speaking of Coach Colburn again, they got 10 forwards dressed again tonight, and they're 60s. So the thing is, they're a little short. But, George, we saw Clarenville come in here a couple times this year and last year, really short-staffed, 14, 15 skaters, and gave unbelievable performances. Work ethic. The Royals are going to need that in spades today.
All right, teams are coming out onto the ice for this Game 4. Well, at least we see the Royals across the way have made their way out. Let's throw it down to stadium announcer Mr. John Thompson.
forward number 77, Phil Mandu. At forward number 18, Brandon Nicholas. At forward number 89, Matt Gray. Playing defense, number 6, Derek Martin. And on defense, number 4, Adam Guy. In goal, number 31, Brian Gillis. And now here's the starting lineup for your Cataracts. That's the number 9, Colin Cercelli. On the wing, number 14, Cam Fergus. And forward, number 16, Andre Gill. On defense, number 44, Greg Hoff. On defense, number 3, Ronnie Short. And in goal, number 1, A.J. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise, remove your caps and hats, and join Miss Claire Dwyer and Miss Dora Lovelace in the singing of our national anthem.
George, while we got a moment here, I'd like to give a little shout out for Cam Fergus, his family. His sister Stephanie and Scott Howell are expecting their first baby. So congratulations to those living in Paris, Ontario. Watch the webcast all the time. And also another shout out for Cam to his great aunt, Kathy Nathan, and Uncle Roger Kelly, watching from Toronto. And they send all their best to Cam, and we certainly do as well. Hope you enjoy the webcast and get to see your favorite Cam.
All right, all set to get underway here. George got along with Robert Golding. Game number 4, 2015 Herder Memorial Trophy Championship Series, brought to you by the Telegram. Cataracts in the dark green, their home jerseys. The Royals predominantly white with the red and blue trim. And puck slides down to Brian Gillis. He'll leave it there for Derek Martin. Break out all the cliches now. It's do or die, backs against the wall, no tomorrow. Feel free to come up with your own. Nicholas in the corner. Short checks him, gets it up towards the blue line. Kept in there by Adam Guy, down in the corner. Out in front, that's picked off by Cercelli. Finds Fergus. Gill heading for the front of the net. Fergus gets it into Gill. Backhand save by Gillis. First good scoring chance goes to the Cataracts as Gill was denied by Gillis. Gill out in front. Cercelli. Cercelli's got it. His shot, that one off of Phil Magnan, stick up and out of play. Face-off will stay in the Royals' end of the ice.
Very quick breakout, George. 2 quick passes down inside of the offensive zone. A quick shot on net. Goaltender Gillis sticking the chest out, making the save, directing it off to the corner.
Change for the Cataracts. Yetman, Barber, Brennan out there now. As Dane Marshall gets it over to Berube. Berube shoots it in wide of the net. Croft back to pick it up for the Cataracts. Here's Nick Croft up towards the blue line. Held in there by Dyke. No, they're going to rule it just came out over the blue line.
George is speaking to a number of people after the game last night, talked about the pace of play, particularly in the first period. It wasn't a penalty and only one in the third. And of course, the second we had a couple, but they were on the one play. Same two officials doing the game today. I thought they did a great game last night. Let the players play the game and dictated it. Good to see.
It has been a concern all year. People talking about the officiating and how many penalties were being called, taking away from the flow of the game. Some of that is on the players. But last night, as you say, they let him go, and it was a tremendous first period. There's Ryan Penny out there now. His first shift this afternoon's game sat out last night for a one-game suspension. Penny, cross ice, good pass for Berube. Berube drops it back for Toomey. Toomey with a shot on net, and Whiffen makes his first save of the game.
George, Ryan Penny has been in this league now for a number of years, playing with Clarenville Caribou, spent the half a year with the Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts, and now with the Royals. He can be a very effective player, both offensively, defensively, and of course he's very aggressive on the forecheck. He needs to keep his emotions in check. He can be a big attribute and a big weapon for those Royals.
Right off the face-off, the puck goes over the top of the net. Sparks has got it. He'll flip it out through center. Stevens through the middle for Hines. Michael Hines, his shot. Whiffen blocker save, directs the puck into the corner. Hounsel's got it. Sam Hounsel back in the lineup today after missing last night's game. Work commitments. That pass is behind everybody, and they're going to call it icing. It looked like a Royal had a chance to touch it.
Yeah, he had turned and pivoted to his right. George really could have put a stick on it in my mind. However, it doesn't matter when you're up here. It matters for the striped on the ice. They thought icing. It's icing right to the right of A.J. Whiffen. Just 156 guy here in the first period.
Face off to the right of Whiffen. Mangan wins the face-off. Back to the point for Rodney Mahoney. He'll play it in around behind the net. Hounsel's in there, watched by Mangan. Puck comes loose. Nicholas looking for it as well. Nicholas gets it to Mangan. Mangan back at the point. Stevens with his shot. That just went wide. Back at the point here. Mahoney didn't hold it in. Puck is in deep. That'll be offside against the Royals. Nicholas down the corner didn't realize that the puck had come out.
No, Mahoney there tried to do his best to keep that puck in. Being a left-handed shot on the right-hand side, very difficult to hold that puck in. Just got out by 4 or 5 inches. Offside will just come out. Side of the Cataracts blue line.
No surprise, biggest Sunday crowd of the year here at the Joe Byrne. If you see a few empty seats, most of those have been sold. Some people up in the Bud Light Lounge, others choosing to stand around the boards. But all the seats sold again for a Sunday afternoon game. As Cataract fans are anticipating a possible Herder presentation. Royals, I'm sure, will have something to say about that.
And if you're home, come on down.
Bragg plays it in for the Royals. Quickly played out again. Phil Mangan. He's checked. Guy has it. Adam Guy will play it back down deep into Cataracts territory. Greg Hoff waiting for it there. Gets it to Roddy Short. Short flips it up towards the blue line. Jumping on it is Andre Gill. Gill trying to cut inside. Leaves the puck. And that's going to be called offside against the Cataracts.
Questionable call again. George looked like from this point of view that even though the puck got knocked off of Andre Gill's stick, it was inside the blue line. However, the official chose otherwise. Face off outside of the Royals blue line on their side of the ice.
Yetman, Brendan Barber back out there for the Cataracts. Penny, Toomey, and Berube out there for the Royals. Adam Guy gets it to Toomey. Quick pass to Berube on the left side. Tried to get it back through the center for Toomey. Toomey reaches it but can't play it. Croft up at the blue line. Yetman jumps on it for the Cataracts. He's checked right away, and Berube has it. Here's Matthew Berube winding up. Pass picked off there by Croft. Gets it up ahead for Yetman. Up to Brennan. There's Brennan working in there with Yetman. Brennan with a shot, scores!
That's one that goes off of the defenseman's stick, George.
That's twice, yeah.
Handcuff Gillis. Good things happen when you shoot the puck. That goaltender is looking at the defenseman. He's saying, get that stick out of the way.
We saw it last night on the goal by Mike Sibley that made it 4-2. This time Brennan with a quick snapshot. And it went off the defenseman's stick and beat Brian Gillis. High glove side. 1-0 for the Cataracts.
Yeah, and you can look over on the Royals bench and they're saying the same thing. Those are the ones that, especially the first shot of the game or second, you've got to get it out of the way.
Luke Gallant. Gallant is check, gets it up towards the blue line. Goes past everybody, but right on net. Gillis is forced to hang on to it. Normally he likes to play it, but nowhere to go that time.
No, you're exactly right. He loves to play the puck and is very adept at playing that puck.
16:26 left to go first period. 1-0 and a goal by Andrew Brennan. There's Kyle McGurk out there. He gets a shot right on net from a sharp angle. Gillis made the save. McGurk gets to it, down into the corner for Brandon Bussey. This is the Cataracts' fourth line. Bussey turning. He's knocked down. McGurk's got it. McGurk tried the wraparound. Puck in behind the net. Good work here by Bussey and McGurk. Fergus is out there with him. They're double shifting Fergus, getting him out on this fourth line. And now we get a Royal tripped up, so after that good work, it's going to be negated as the...
Fergus is going to get a tripping penalty here.
Yeah, Cataracts pick up the penalty. So Royals with a chance to answer that early goal by the Cataracts as they'll go on the power play.
And George, just for their emotional state, they really need to have a real good power play here now. Whether they score or not is really irrelevant, but they need to establish something down low to give them something positive to think about.
0 for 17 in this series on the power play.
Not going to win many games or a series like that.
Shot down the ice. Gillis catches it. He'll leave it there for Derek Martin. Martin's out on defense with Rodney Mahoney. Got Bragg, Nicholas, and Mangan up front. Right now the Royals are going backwards. Well, moving up, here's Matt Bragg in over the blue line. We'll put it in deep. Funny bounce off the boards. Nicholas comes up with it, plays it off the board. Sibley can't reach it. Martin keeps it in. Back in behind the net for Nicholas. Out in front, that came out through the crease. Back to the point. Here's Mahoney. Mahoney walking the line. Back in along the boards for Mangan. Cross ice pass for Martin. Hopped over his stick. He'll get it. Feed it back to the point for Mahoney. He'll feather it in towards the net. No traffic in front. Easy save for A.J. Whiffen.
Royals with two forwards down low, basically occupying the same space to really effectively, instead of that being a 5-on-4, it's really a 4-on-4. You've got two players occupying the same space, that's just no good. And not only were he occupying the same space, Nicholas and Bragg, they were off to the left of A.J. Whiffen instead of in front of him.
And the Royals control it. Back at the point, here's Dane Marshall now out there with Mike Dyke. In behind the net, Royals have it out in front. Quick shot. Whiffen's got it, looks around, he's got it caught up, and Penny knocks down Luke Gallant in front of the net. And Gallant has a chat with the referee.
That's one thing that you're going to see in front of the net. Ryan Penny certainly was the initiator there, and that's what his job is in front of that net. He certainly gave Luke a little bit of an extra shot. Nothing wrong with that.
56 seconds left to go in the Royals' power play. Cam Fergus in the penalty box. Also one of the Cataracts' better penalty killers, so double whammy. Mike Dyke back to the point. Gets a shot on net. Whiffen's got it again, though, so he managed to track that one down. And again, Penny causing problems in front of A.J. Whiffen.
Well, he's establishing his presence right away, George, and that's something that he needs to do. He needs to get in A.J. Whiffen's kitchen and get underneath the defenseman for the Cataracts.
Time Cercelli wins the faceoff, gets it to Luke Gallant. Gallant up ahead was looking for McGurk. Cleared through the boards by Marshall, comes back to Marshall. Gets it up to Penny. Penny. Pass went off Hines' stick, off the boards, and Cataracts will clear that down the ice. Bouncing puck right on to Gillis. Just 25 seconds left to go in the power play. Both teams changing. Long pass up ahead. Finds Hines. Hines working against short. Hines turning in the corner. Back at the point. Quick shot towards the net. Deflected. Whiffen made the save. Sees the rebound and hangs on. And again, there's Ryan Penny. This time he gave a Big two-hander to Andrew Brennan. I think this time Penny's going to go.
I think the punch might have gotten Andrew. He got a little chop and a punch. And see, that's the thing that hurts him, George. He did a great job earlier and then undisciplined and took a penalty. It's just no good. It's not going to work. Cataracts are going to receive an unsportsmanlike conduct as well, I think. George, might have been A.J. Whiffen, actually.
Yeah, it looked like that was the call from the referees. He came over to the penalty box.
I'm not sure if he's calling an unsportsmanlike on.
The Cataracts penalty gate has opened. Still nobody making their way.
No, somebody on the ice had to serve that penalty. I'm not sure if the call was going against Andrew Brennan for unsportsmanlike conduct because he went down or if it was against A.J. Whiffen, but
Justin Barber is going to serve it. 11 seconds left to go in the power play. Still 5-on-4. We'll get the penalty calls in just a moment. Penny short and behind the net.
Number 63, Ryan Penny, 2 minutes for roughing. To the Cataracts, number 1, A.J. Whiffen, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. 2-minute minor being served by number 22, Justin Barber. Time to penalties, 5:54. Penny to Royals for roughing. Whiffen to the Cataracts on unsportsmanlike conduct.
Gill drops it back. Fergus played it ahead. Gill wasn't anticipating it. Puck goes into the corner. Here's Steve Yetman. Yetman working out along the blue line. Plays it over here to the near side. Gill gets to it. So we're back to 5-on-5. Those two penalties cancel each other. Penny and Whiffen. Council taking hard into the boards. Good forecheck here by the Royals. Off the boards. Hines able to keep it in, but picked off there by Hounsell. Up ahead finds Andre Gill. He'll give it to Cam Fergus. Fergus swings wide, steps around to check. Fergus plays in front for Cercelli. Or for Yetman, who's out there now. That was tipped just wide. That bounces around out in front. Played in behind the net. Nicholas up ahead for Matt Bragg. He's got to come back in his own end. Makes a good pass to Phil Mangan, and Mangan will bring it out. Outside the blue line, long shot. A.J. Whiffen catches it. Whiffen waiting. Up ahead finds Mike Sibley. Sibley gives it to Daly. Daly's in over the blue line. Daly to Sparks. Sparks with a shot. Save. Puck is in the crease. Cleared away at the last second by Adam Guy. Croft backing up. Long pass finds Mike Sibley. He goes cross ice. That works. Daly's got it. Daly in over the blue line. Sparks is trailing. Daly turns along the boards. Tried to get it back to the point, but he was tied up along the boards. Sibley in there looking for it. Along with Toomey, and the puck comes loose out into center ice. Croft will backhand it right back in again for the Cataracts. Guy in to get it. Sibley in on him quickly. Off the boards. Out in front. Here's Sparks with a chance. Shot right on net. Puck bounces high in the air. Goes in behind Gillis.
George, we saw that last night. We see it again today. Gillis makes the first save. It was a fly ball in behind the back of him. Cataracts are up too. This is trouble for the Royals.
That puck went high in the air. It was a good 4 or 5 feet over the head of Brian Gillis. Came down behind him and bounced into the net. That was set up by a good forecheck by Mike Sibley. He caught the defenseman behind the net and created all the havoc. And again, that third line for the Cataracts clicks again.
You're exactly right. Sibley getting in there, quick feet, speed, getting in, forcing a turnover, got it out to Big Chris Sparks. Just a weak wrist shot. Goaltender makes the save, goes up in the air, can't find it, in the back of the net.
As you say, Robert, this is trouble for the Royals to be down early, not what they wanted.
Cataracts goal scored by number 20,
Mike Sibley with another goal.
Number 29, Steve Yetman. And number 43,
He has really picked up his game here in the playoffs, especially in this Herder series.
Sibley from Yetman and Sparks at 7.
Here's Cercelli in over the blue line. He's checked. Gillis comes out to play a long pass. Fergus waiting there for it. He'll play it back to Short. Short backing up in his own end. Mike Sibley making a bid to be in the consideration for Herder MVP as well. He was the MVP in 2011. Up ahead. Mangan turning along the boards. Fergus around the boards. Short pass up for Yetman. Yetman turning inside his own blue line. Was looking for Fergus. Fergus will pick it up over on the far side. Royals are making a change. Fergus has got it. He'll play it back now to Sam Hounsell. Back to short. Cataracts a change. McGurk. McGurk's got a bit of space. He gets away. Yetman. Nicholas knocked it off his stick. Nicholas is checked by Yetman. Yetman, another puck bounces high in the air. Yetman got it under his skate. Trying to poke it loose. McGurk's got it. Over to Hounsell. Off the boards. McGurk reaching for it. Marshall pokes it away from him. Good pass there, and here comes Mangan. Mangan with a hard shot. Whiffin with the save. Rebound cleared. Kept in by Dane Marshall along the boards. Now Hounsell has it. Hounsell collides with Brandon Nicholas. Back at the point, Dane Marshall working his way in low, working against Yetman into the corner. Turns. Nicholas is now back at the point. He's got the puck. Tried to feed it across for Dyke, but that pass misfires, and Brennan's got it up ahead, trying to spring McGurk loose. Nicholas knocked it down. Brennan follows up on it. Here's Andrew Brennan in over the blue line. Snapshot. That went off Marshall's stick. And again, almost got to the goaltender. Heads up. Puck is cleared down. Almost went to the Cataracts bench. Stays in play. Icing him. Once again, a shot going off a Royals defenseman. Almost causing trouble for the Royals goaltender.
Yeah, George, it just had gone about a foot or two wide, and if not, it would have easily found the back of the net again, and that's something that the Royal defensemen are going to need to be aware of. Either you're in the shooting lane, you must get all of the puck and not get it away. George, I thought Chris Sparks was getting credit for the goal. The puck had gone on, but he took the initial shot. Only thing I can see, Mike Sibley must have got in behind and maybe knocked it in.
Sparks along the boards. Plays it down low. Sibley's there again. Dowley's out in front. Try to get it out in front for Dowley. Sibley's got it again. This line buzzing again for the Cataracts. Down low. Looking for Dowley. Sparks in to get it. Sparks. He's knocked off the puck. Back at the point. Gallant is able to hold it in. Gallant avoids the check. Puck still just inside the Royals' blue line. Gallant reaching for it. Taken by Toomey. Lewis has got it. Now Dowley and Guy are engaging down inside the Royals' blue line. I think they might think about going. Keep the gloves on, so this may just come down to roughing, but Adam Guy and Alex Dowley not happy with each other.
There's a little chop down on deck. He had gone over to support his teammate, Mike Sibley. A couple of face washes for both players. Sure, they'll spend a couple of minutes in the back. Just 2 minutes is enough of that. Let's get ready to roll.
That comes with 9:24 left to go in the first period. And Robert, if this game does get out of hand, it hasn't yet. It's only 2-0. Don't get me wrong, but
looks like the Royals are getting, George, the extra two here by the looks of things.
We could see some rough stuff before this one's over.
Royals were getting the initial call, and it looks like, looking at the official, they're indicating someone on the ice has to serve the other 2 minutes. Cataracts are going to go on a power play here now. They go out with their number one power play unit, Brent, short on D. Brent up forward with Cercelli, Fergus, Gallant, and short on D. Ryan Penny is going to serve for 2 minutes. George, if the Cataracts are successful on this power play, it is going to be a really uphill battle for the Royals from here on in. They need to have a big kill here right now.
Right now, shots on goal, 8-8. Fergus finds Cercelli. Cercelli with speed on the left side. His shot went off the stick of Martin, up and out of play. Plays off and stay in the Royals' end of the ice. Minute 47 left to go in the penalty to the Royals.
2 for roughing, and 2 corner broke. Adam Guy, number 4, 2 for slashing, and 2 for roughing. All penalties at 12:36.
Guy receives the 2 for slashing and roughing. Dowley 2 for roughing.
Martin spins and gets the puck down the ice. Whiffin leaves it there for Gallant. Rube in on him quickly, gets it over to Roddy Short, who'll give it back to Luke Gallant. They'll play catch back there. And they'll move it up ahead. Fergus. Pass off the boards to Cercelli. He'll just play it in. Brent will get to it first. Back off the boards for Cercelli. Brent heads behind the net. Now he'll cut out in front. Fergus has it. Fergus along the boards. Cross ice. Finds Short. Short with his shot. That was blocked by Berube, and Berube clears it down the ice. A.J. Whiffin comes out. Decides not to move it ahead. Leaves it for Gallant. Royals will change. So did the Cataracts. Steve Yetman out there now. Tried to get it in. Comes back to Barber. Fergus takes a tumble inside the Royals blue line. He's up. He's going to head to the bench. Martin back in his own end. Barber's watching him, gets it to Dyke. So far, a good penalty kill here for the Royals. Neither team very effective on the power play in this series. Both teams donuts last night. Tipped in right on Gillis. Gillis tried to get it out, almost turned it over. Royals have it. Here they come shorthanded. Hines. Brennan hustles back. Hines tied up at the blue line. Michael Hines doing great work here for the Royals. Finally has it knocked off his stick. Brennan in over the blue line for Barber, but Barber was just a step ahead of the play. Great work that time by the captain of the Royals, Michael Hines, on the penalty kill.
Yeoman's work there. He got puck possession, did not want to give it up, never gave it up, killed 30 seconds himself. Not a big guy, but really protects the puck well.
7:35 left to go opening period. 11 seconds left to go in the Cataracts power play. It's been very ineffective so far. Hoff will shoot it in from outside the blue line. That goes over the top of the net. Sibley gets to it first for the Cataracts. Behind the net for McGurk. Over in the corner looking for Sparks. Mangum was on him. Power play is over. Back to even strength again. Croft back towards the point. Gets a shot in on net. And Brian Gillis reaches up. Hangs on to it.
Royals have got to just hold their collective breaths here now, George. If they can muster a goal between this next 7 minutes and the end of the period, or not have the Cataracts score, they won't be pleased, but at the same time, they'll know they're still in the game.
Royals control it. Nicholas gets it across for Matt Bragg. Bragg working against Lewis. Puck goes into the corner. Lewis and Bragg go in there. Mangan looking for it as well. Puck comes up along the board. Sparks has it. Good rangy Chris Sparks. Taken by Luke Gallant. Gallant's in over the blue line. Throws it in front of the net, knocked down and cleared away by the Royals. Nicholas into Cataract territory. Nicholas is tripped up, and that's going to be another penalty to the Cataracts. And the Cataracts, one thing they don't want to do with a 2-goal lead is give the Royals odd man opportunities.
Yeah, that's just a real bad penalty there for Luke Gallant to take. Got flat-footed at the blue line. Brandon Nicholas coming over, made the chop down low. It's an easy call to make. Royals will go back on the power play here now. 6:43 remaining in the first period. Cataracts up by 2. If they're going to break that goose egg, George, for the 0 for 18, they need to do it now.
Cataracts win the face-off, clear it right down the ice, and they'll send the Royals deep in their own end to start this power play. Rodney Mahoney, Fergus watching him. He'll leave it for Martin. Derek Martin. Be careful with Fergus out there. Fergus stole the puck, tried to get it out to Cercelli, and that just went off his stick. Now the Royals will bring it out. Here's Michael Hines, Royals captain. Hines, his shot, that was blocked. He follows up on it behind the net. Gets it to Penny, down for Hines. Toomey's in front of the net. Back to Martin. Tried to get it to the side of the net, looking for a deflection. Puck went in behind the net. Hines couldn't hold it in. The puck comes out into center where Martin has it. Derek Martin for the Royals up ahead for Michael Hines. He's in over the blue line. McGurk's watching him. Gets the shot away. Saved by Whiffen. Short. Clears it to the boards. Mahoney holds it in. Toomey around the boards. Down low for Hines. Penny's out in front. Toomey's got it behind the net. Toomey back at the point. Martin in the circle. His shot was looking far side. Didn't miss by much, but from that angle, the rebound comes all the way out to center ice and back down into Royals territory. Royals will shoot it in again. Penny got to it, played it in deep, but nobody there for the Royals. Cataracts get it, and Nick Croft clears it down the ice. Bragg to the Cataracts blue line. Brought in by Nicholas. He gets spun around, goes into the corner, back of the point for Mike Dyke. Dyke over on the far side for Dane Marshall. Marshall winds up, lets it go, they score!
Went off of A.J. Whiffen, George, to his left pad and got in behind him. Not sure if he knew what was going on. It came to his left. He actually redirected it into the net, it looked like, from this point of view. Either way you look at it, 2-1.
Finally, the Royals get themselves a power play goal.
A couple strange ones in this period. The first one on Gillis, and of course that one there, which looked like.
Thought AJ had it from this. We didn't see the puck go in the net from up here.
No,
heard the puck hit the pads. AJ looked like he had it. Next thing, the red light came on. Royals on the scoreboard, badly needed.
Very badly needed, and of course, just what the doctor ordered.
Comes with 5:08 left to go here in the first period. Close the gap to 1. Barber backhands it in. Dyke is there. Dyke off the boards. Nicholas. That pass goes by everybody all the way down the ice. That'll be icing against the Royals with 4:53 left to go. So the Royals finally with a power play goal. 1 for 19 now, but that was a good time to get one.
Yeah, if there's either a bit of a good time to get one, that was it.
Dane Marshall with the shot from the point. Puck in the circle. Barber comes in to get it for the Cataracts into the corner. Watched by Marshall. Dyke is in there as well. Mike Dyke comes up with the puck. He's checked by Yetman. Yetman's got it out in front, looking for Brennan. Back at the point. Here's Luke Gallant. Gallant with a hard shot. Gillis got a piece of it. Rebound over on the far side. Brennan plays it down into the corner for Barber. Watched by Marshall. Brennan gives it back to Barber. Barber tried to get it out in front. Yetman's got it out in front for Brennan. His shot went wide. Back at the point. Hounsell's got it. He'll put it right back in behind the net again. Yetman gets his stick free. Marshall around the boards. That goes up and out of play. The face-off will stay, I believe, in the Royals' end of the ice, but good pressure by the Cataracts. Good response after that Royals goal.
But you can see what foot speed does and quickness does, George. Lots of times people are fast skaters, but they're not quick. Thing is, what's happening with the Cataracts now, they're really getting on the Royals defensemen in a hurry, and they're rotating their forecheck, not allowing the Royals any time or space to move that puck, making it very difficult for them.
Here's Rodney Mahoney. Mahoney will bring it out, gets to his own blue line, up ahead for Penny. Penny turned it over at center ice for Alex Daly. Daly in over the Royals blue line. He's poke checked. Toomey comes back to get it. Back to Mahoney. Toomey, cross ice. Stevens. Stevens checked by Sibley, plays it in. Hoff has got it up at the blue line for Sparks, tips it up for Daly. Here's Alex Daly in over the blue line. Daly with a shot that goes over the top of the net. Taken and cleared back out to center. Short has it. Finds Daly. Daly to Sparks. Sparks has got some room now. Sparks with a shot. Gillis with the save. Mahoney will clear it in. He'll head to the bench. Whiffen leaves it there for Hoff. Hoff almost lost it. Up along the boards, Hines battling for it. He'll put it back down deep. Hoff has got it again. Leaves it for Roddy Short. Short gets rid of it at center ice all the way down into the Royals' end. Martin has got to come back in his own end to get it. 3 minutes left to go in the opening period. Martin for Guy. Guy will just knife it in over on the far side. Croft gets to it first. Tried to play it behind the net. Coughlin was on him. Hines looking for it up along the boards. Fergus. Quick outlet pass for Andre Gill. Gill all alone on this rush. Stopped by Martin. And Martin knocks down Gill. Puck at center ice. Stolen there by Cercelli. Up to Fergus. Here's Fergus in over the blue line. Fergus drops it for Gill. Gill with a shot. Gillis makes the save. He'll hang on. And Gill goes hard to the net. And that's going to cause a bit of a scrum. Yeah, Martin and Gill engage down in front of the Royals net.
Derek Martin's a big, strong guy. He can ill afford to go into the penalty box. They need him on the ice, George.
Derek Martin, one of the stronger players in the league.
He is a very strong, very good player. Of course, he is going to spend a couple minutes in the box here. Now, that's a good trade-off if you're a Cataract fan. Andre Gill for Derek Martin. He's a guy who needs to be on the ice for them, and he's going to be gone for at least 2 minutes.
I think this is going to be coincidentals. We'll play 5-on-5. Both Gill and Martin will go. Kyle McGurk will come out and take Gill's spot on this first line with Cercelli and Fergus. Royals win it. Dane Marshall, the goal scorer for the Royals, leaves it for Phil Mangan. Mangan was looking for Mike Dyke. That pass doesn't connect, and Fergus has it. Back to Croft. Drops it back in the corner for Brent. Dangerous plays. That doesn't work. Almost came out in front. Now they'll get another chance. Cleared as far as the point. Dyke has got it. Mike Dyke tried to backhand the pass over. That was picked off, and the puck bounces out into center ice. Marshall off the boards. Stolen by Cercelli. Colin Cercelli in over the blue line. Cercelli on the backhand. A shot saved by Gillis. Cercelli's got his own rebound. Plays it off the boards looking for Brent. Brent pinched in, but Bragg took it away from him. Nicholas over on the far side against Croft. Nicholas follows up on it. Over to Mangan. Mangan plays it in front. Quick turnaround shot goes wide of the net. Stevens keeps it in. Nick Croft. He lost it. Here's Bragg in front for Mangan, and Mangan gets hit hard by Brent. And it gets physical now. Puck goes into the corner. Off the glass. Kept in by Mahoney. Mangan down low for Bragg. Bragg turning. Bragg working against Brent. Does good work. Tried to get it out in front. Croft got to it. Nicholas in front for Mangan. What a save by A.J. Whiffen. Brent and Bragg battling down in the corner. Finally the whistle goes, and it has gotten physical here at the Joe Byrne.
Play continued for about 30 seconds, George, and Matt Bragg and Mike Brent were engaged in a nice altercation down to the right of us in the corner as the play continued. No whistle had gone, and nobody really knew what was going on. But A.J. Whiffen, through it all, was able to make a fantastic save in front of the net. Our two Royals were down there low, nobody near them, as Mike Brent was in the corner and Croft was against the boards. Well, yes, you talked about the physicality has certainly increased as he was about to make a move. Mike Brent really stood him up, put the shoulder on him, knocked him over, and of course, it all resulted from a turnover down low. Put Mike Brent in a real difficult spot. Croft in a position, and because of that turnover, the Royals were able to keep it in for every bit of 30 seconds and put a lot of pressure on the Cataracts.
Phil Mangan had that great opportunity out on front, and A.J. Whiffen came up with his best save of the game. It was right after Mangan had gotten stood up by Mike Brent just before that. Under a minute to go now here in the opening period. Yetman in over the blue line, taken there by Stevens. Stevens up along the boards, tried to get it to Toomey, taken by Gallant. He'll play it over to Yetman. Yetman drops it back for Hounsell. Cross for Luke Gallant. Was looking for Brennan, but that went by everybody, and that'll be icing against the Cataracts. 36.8 seconds to go here in the first period.
Luke is upset with himself there. He made one of those type of plays last night. It's really difficult coming through the neutral zone if somebody's not really wide open in the smaller ice surface here at the Joe Byrne compared to if you're at Corner Brook. And if it's just a couple of feet off, you've really trouble trying to catch that puck.
Royals win the face-off. They'll put it in behind the net. Gallant is there, plays it over into the corner. Gallant got knocked down by Berube. Yetman pins his man to the boards. Berube has it, working against Gallant. Puck goes into the corner. Hounsell is in there. Berube steps into him. Royals will keep it in deep. Here's Berube looking back towards the point. He'll keep it. Leaves it there for Penny. Penny with a quick shot. Whiffen makes the save and hangs on. Good work that time by Matthew Berube.
You can see, George, it's a series of 3 one-on-one battles down low. And, of course, bottom line is, in a game such as this where checking is such tight quarters, close quarters, it is the battle of the battles. And, of course, whoever wins that battle, they're going to win the game. Hey, Ricky?
Hey, Mickey.
Mickey. I love it.
To the blue line, but not out. Toomey gets it across for Berube. Berube with a shot. Whiffen made the save. Penny's got it. Plays it back. Shot from the point. Doesn't get through. The buzzer goes. Once we get some more words being said between some of the players.
Not sure what Justin Barber's complaining about there. That puck clearly never got outside of the Cataract zone. First period summary, George, and we had a lot of stuff going on in a short period of time. Cataracts get on the board at 3:21. Brennan from Croft. Mike Sibley scores again. Sibley, Sparks, and Daly. And then we had Dane Marshall responding to cut the lead in half, 2-1 at 14:52, which was a power play goal assist going to Brandon Nicholas. Penalties in the first period, and a lot of them. 4:05, Fergus for the Cataracts, 2 minutes for tripping. To the Royals at 5:54, Penny, 2 minutes for roughing. 5:54, A.J. Whiffen for the Cataracts, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Cataracts at 10:36, 2 minutes for roughing to Daly, and at 10:36, same penalty. Guy, 2 minutes for slashing, 2 minutes for roughing. Luke Glant at 13:17, 2 minutes for tripping for the Cataracts. Martin, 2 minutes for roughing for the Royals. Gill, 2 minutes for roughing for the Cataracts. Mike Brent, 2 minutes for roughing for the Cataracts at 18:01. And Matt Bragg, 2 minutes for roughing for the Royals, 18:01. Shots on goal after 1 period of play here at the Joe Byrne. Hometown Grand Falls wins their Cataracts 13, visiting Cornbrook Royals 14. An eventful period.
Yeah, Roberts, we talked about last night, one of the best periods of hockey we saw was the opening period last night, so fast. This one had a lot of speed to it, but it also had a little more animosity, a little more than what we've been seeing between these two teams. And, you know, we said it's a big game. Cataracts want to try and finish it. Royals, you know, they say the wounded animal, they've got their backs against the wall, so they're coming out and giving it all they've got. So we're getting a terrific hockey game out of it so far.
They're giving it all they got with a short staff, George, and that's something that we talked about in our opening. And you talked about the wounded bear, and of course coming back and everybody trying to pick up the slack for those who are gone, and that's what you need to do. I really like the intensity of the first period. Can it continue for another 40 minutes? We shall see.
All right, we're going to take our break here. We are in the first intermission after 20 minutes. The Cataracts lead the Royals by a score of 2-1. We're going to let the game speak for itself. Robert, we'll be back with the second period in a few moments from now. Folks, stay with us. We are back live again here at the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium. George got along with Robert Golding. Cameramen today, Bill Feltham, Wayne Lynch. Game number 4 of the 2015. It's a year behind there, Robert. Clock's been ahead today. Missed that.
They did. Only an hour, though, not a year.
2015 Herder Memorial Trophy Championship Series brought to you by The Telegram. Again, this webcast brought to you in part through a partnership with Bell Alliant Community One. Cataracts lead the Royals 2-1 after 20 minutes of play. They lead the series 3-0, hoping to wrap it up this afternoon. Royals want to go back home for Game 5 next Friday night. 40 minutes of play from now, maybe some overtime. That will be decided. During the intermission, hope you enjoyed some of the music. They're playing a lot of Creed's Clearwater Revival, John Fogerty. Of course,
yes,
John Fogerty
indeed.
will be here in July the 11th, headliner for the Salmon Festival. The other acts to be announced shortly. Looking forward to that big concert here in Grand Falls, Windsor.
He will be down on center field.
Put me in coach. Over on the right side, here's Mangan in over the blue line. Gill knocks the puck off his stick. Puck cleared out and up and out of play as Nicholas knocked it out of the air, so the face-off will come outside the blue line, just 18 seconds in.
Looking at Darren Langan and Darren Colburn directly across the ice from us, George, two veteran players in their own right coming into the coaching ranks, and of course they really need to inspire their team now to have the ultimate performance for the next 40 minutes.
Fergus will play it in. Cercelli goes into the corner with Martin. Mangan around the boards. And Kenny Mahoney, he's bumped by Hoff, and Gill will keep it in. That hit Mahoney. Fergus knocks it down. Fergus has it in behind the net for Cercelli. Cercelli tried to get it out in front. Martin intercepted that. Cercelli working hard in behind the net against Martin. Martin knocks down Cercelli. There's the strength of Martin that we talked about. Just outmuscled him.
Big, strong man. Great defensive play by him.
Here's Nicholas working down low. Tried to get it back to the point, but Fergus read that. There's Roddy Short leading the rush here for the Cataracts. Short, the big slap shot. That one off the stick. Coming off the end boards. Fergus got to it, and Gillis with a good save.
Very quick for Gillis that time.
Long pass up ahead for Ryan Penny. He'll bring it in over the blue line. Penny tried to get it in front for Toomey. Penny knocks it down. The blue line does a good work to keep it in. Takes a bump from Hounsel in behind the net. Short has it. Long pass up ahead for Steve Yetman. Barber heading for the front of the net. Tried to get it in there. Barber bounces out in front. And finally cleared away by the Royals. A funny bounce off that end boards, and Gillis had to be careful. Penny and Hounsel will go into the corner. Hounsel gets it to Gallant. Kept in by Dyke. Dyke gets it down low into the corner. Gallant has it. Gallant. Good pass up ahead. Here's Yetman. Steve Yetman on a partial breakaway. Fakes a shot. Goes wide. Try to feed it out in front. Puck goes behind the net. Yetman's got it again. Out in front. Nobody there. Now Gallant's got it. Gallant with a shot. Gillis with a big save. Back to Barber. Barber with the wrist shot. Blocker saved by Gillis. Yetman's on it. He goes across. Barber drops it back for Gallant. In cross for Brennan, and that doesn't get through. Marshall around the boards. Can't get it out. Croft has got it. He'll put it towards the net. Over in the far corner. Digging hard forward is Barber against Penny. And finally the Royals clear it out. What an opportunity there for the Cataracts. And here they come again. Brennan shoots. Saved by Gillis as he got the right pad down. Brian Gillis picking up his game here in the second period. Penny with a shot. That goes wide of the net. Gallant is on it. Plays it up for Barber. Tried to tip it ahead for Brennan. Brennan gets to it. Pokes it past the defenseman. Brennan with a shot. Gillis makes the save. He's got it and hangs on.
George, what action for the first 2 minutes and 45 seconds. You talked about Steve Yetman was sent free, and he really made a nice fake on goaltender Gillis. Got him to spread his legs. Then I thought he was going to try to shoot it between his legs. Came back with it, and for some reason, not quite sure why, but it did stay at the net. Great action.
Sparks puts it in behind the net. Gillis out to play it. Trying to get it up ahead to Coughlin. Coughlin's got it. Gets it to Corey Blackmore. Blackmore in for Hines. Hines on the backhand. That just went wide. Daly. Alex Daly working against Stevens. Taken away and cleared out into center ice. Hoff waiting for it there for the Cataracts. Here's Greg Hoff from center. Shoots it in. Gillis makes save. Rebound is there for Daly. Puts it wide. Sibley jumps on the rebound. In behind the net. Cleared over to the far side for Blackmore. He's stopped over there by Sparks. Mahoney's got it back in the corner. He's bumped by Daly. Puck comes back at the point. Short has got it. Short with a shot right on net. Gillis looks around. He's got it and no rebound.
That's that feverish forecheck again. George, Daly, Sibley, and Sparks are really playing well in this entire series. They're not giving the D any chance at all to make an effective outlet pass. And, of course, when you take time and space away, turnovers evolve, and that's exactly what we just saw.
Yeah, Daly with the best opportunity is Gillis mishandled the shot in, gave up the big rebound, and Daly jumped on it quickly. And
Gillis doesn't seem sorts, George. He's mishandled a couple of pucks, and, of course, I'm sure that he's rattled with a couple of deflections from his own defenseman as well.
Well, some big saves here already in this second period. Croft will put it in wide. Over in the far corner, Fergus will get to it first. He leaves it there for Cercelli. Back down in behind the net. Nobody there for the Cataracts. Gillis around the boards, back to the point. Croft holds it in, threw it in front, was looking for Gill. That rebound all the way over to the far side. Brent gets to it. Nicholas tried to take it away. He gives it to Fergus. Cercelli heading for the front of the net. Into Cercelli. Cercelli tipped it, and Gillis with a big save. Big burst of speed from Colin Cercelli, and Gillis with another save. Brent pinches, and he gets caught. Here's Mangan. Bragg trying to catch up into Bragg, and Cercelli gets back and gets a stick on it. What a back check by Colin Cercelli.
Tremendous defensive play, George.
Up ahead to Fergus, one-on-one with Martin. Fergus has it knocked off his stick by Guy, and back come the Royals. Here we go, end to end. Matt Bragg down in the corner, around the boards. Martin is going to pinch in. Martin gets to it, steps around a check by Hounsell. Hounsell still working along the boards. Gets it up to Cercelli, and Cercelli will relieve the pressure and get it down into the Royals' end. Cercelli with a great chance at one end, hustles back on the other to break it up. Now Nicholas in over the blue line. Nicholas with a shot. That one off the defenseman wide. Matt Toomey picks it up for the Royals. He gave it away. Here's Steve Yetman. Yetman's got some room. Up ahead, finds Brennan. Brennan drop pass for Fergus. Fergus tried to get it over for Yetman. Backhand missed. And back come the Royals again. Here we go. Here's Ryan Penny with Berube. Penny cutting in front. Penny with a shot. Scores!
And George, that's what I was talking about. Ryan Penny can be a great player if he keeps his emotions in check. That's what the Royals needed.
Tremendous back and forth action in the last couple of moments. Culminates in a goal by Ryan Penny for the Royals, and they tie it up.
Unbelievable, George. Just a riverboat hockey, up and down, up and down. Goaltenders being tested, making fantastic saves. But more importantly, the skill level for both teams is just incredible.
So the Royals, after trailing 2-0, look to be in deep trouble. They've dug down deep and have tied this one up. Barber back to Hoff. Short to Barber. Barber brings it, trying to feed it in front for Yetman. Yetman's got it, played it back to the point, nobody there, and here come the Royals. Berube looks up, sees Roddy Short, plays it off the boards, gets it to Toomey. Toomey to Berube. Berube in the backhand, big save by Whiffen. Berube to Dane Marshall. He's down low, out in front, looking for Toomey. That's knocked away. Dyke gets to it first at center ice. Over on the far side for Berube. Hoff steps into him. Puck goes down into the Cataracts' end, and Andrew Brennan winding up. Brennan weaving his way through center. Over to Hoff. Hoff checked by Coghlan. Puck comes out into center. Barber's got it. Barber weaving wide. He'll backhand it in. Gillis leaves it for Marshall. He's checked. Here's a giveaway. Here's a chance for McGurk, and he put it wide of the net. McGurk's got it again down in the corner. Out there with Bussey now. McGurk battling for it. Puck bouncing around. Finally cleared away, and here's Coghlan. Fergus stole it from him. Gets it up ahead for Bussey. Bussey's in with McGurk. Bussey with a shot. Just missed short side. Puck goes up and out of play.
The work of Cam Fergus coming on the back check, George, and just to steal that puck is just phenomenal. Everybody talks about what an offensive player he is. Tremendous on the back check as well.
Oh yeah, Coghlan trying to get in the grill of Fergus, and Brent steps in the middle of that.
A lot of bodies out here now. It looks like a football scrum.
Yeah, both teams were changing, and players stayed out there.
Normally, George, you'll see the officials, if there's any type of an altercation, they will look at both benches and say, stay where you're to, because You got 8, 9 bodies on the ice for each team. That's not a good scene.
Cataracts control, and here's Nick Croft. Croft gets to it, dumps it in, cleared away to the corner. Sparks on it quickly, and right off the board's got a weak shot in on Gillis. He'll hang on to it. Cataracts would like to take a moment to thank their Allen Cup corporate sponsors, including Bluebird Investments, Marsh Motorsports, Transcontinental Media, ACT Towing, Robbins Donuts, and 2-for-1 Pizza.
All about the base.
Little musical interlude. Touch somebody over at the Cataracts bench, so we'll get a whistle in the center ice area, or face-off in the center ice area. 13:05 left to go in what has been a highly entertaining second period of hockey.
It certainly has, George. I really like the tempo of the game. Fans are being treated to a real Jim Dandy, as they say here today.
This time the Royals control it. Mahoney over to Stevens. Stevens, watched by Sibley. Good pass up ahead for Bragg. Bragg will dump it in. Bouncing puck. Whiffin's got to be careful there. Bragg takes Croft into the boards. Sibley's got it. Backhands it out. That gets past Stevens. And here's Sparks. He's got Daly heading for the front of the net. Sparks to Daly. Daly shoots. And getting back with Stevens to break it up. Just got a stick on it. And that will come back down to our left. Mangan in over the blue line for Bragg. Bragg spinning. Put it through the crease. Nicholas down into the corner. Mangan over on the far side for Bragg. He'll cycle it back behind the net again. Here's Nicholas in the corner. Brandon Nicholas back at the point for Martin. That was deflected. Hounsell knocked it down, played it over to the boards. Daly jumps on it, and he'll head up ice. Over, good pass for Gill. Gill cutting in front. Gill tried to get it to Daly. That didn't work. Hounsell follows up on it. Hounsell turning. Hounsell's got a bit of room now. Trying to get in front for Gill. His shot stopped by Gillis. Fergus. Cercelli with the shot, and Gillis makes a save again.
George, this action is unbelievable. Both ends of the rink. And I'm going to guarantee if your coach is here now, you are scratching your head saying, guys, where's our defense gone? Because there's not a whole lot to be seen here right now. Goaltenders coming up with big saves in timely fashions.
We talked about the speed of the first period last night. It is amped up even another notch. They've taken it to 11 here in the second period.
It certainly has.
Gallant down into the corner for Cercelli. Tried to get it out in front, taken away by Adam Guy. Adam Guy with a burst of speed up the right side, plays it in. Gallant, he's checked, puck off the boards. Guy reaching for it, it's tipped out. Here's Fergus. Fergus with Gill and Cercelli. Fergus in over the blue line. Fergus, good play by Martin. Out in front, big collision, bodies going everywhere. Back at the blue line, Gallant had fallen down, but he's back up. Now the Royals will bring it out. Matt Toomey, he'll dump it in. Over on the far side, waiting for it is Ryan Penny. Penny up towards the blue line. He's forced back out into center. Martin has it. Martin in over the blue line. Brennan hammers him as Martin got caught with his head down inside the blue line, trying to fish the puck out.
Caught with his head down and turning, and guy hit hard.
Toomey will flip it in. Blackmore get to it first. Blackmore against Lewis. He's taken to the boards. Hoff pokes it towards the blue line. Marshall holds it in. Blocker save, puck way up in the air. Played through the crease. Dyke in behind the net. Over here on the near side, Fergus has it. Fergus will get rid of it, and he's content to take the icing as the Cataracts under all kinds of pressure.
Royals bench is feverish, George. Corey Blackmore got cross-checked in the back down in front by Brad Lewis, and Darren Langdon and Darren Coburn both jumping up on the bench, and they have a right to do so. Of course, Blackmore really got smoked, but there is action all over the ice, George.
Hines to take the face-off against Yetman. Yetman wins it. Short has got it, but he's checked right away by Hines. Puck goes into the corner, and Hines comes up with it. Here's Michael Hines trying to cut out in front. Knocked off his stick. Puck goes over to the far side. Dyke will play it back in for the Royals. Greg Hoff. That went off a stick up and out of play.
They're going to say that it was touched by Hines, but I think that the puck is going to stay in. George, you notice as well what the Cataracts were doing for the first 30 minutes of the game. They were really having a quick forecheck. Now I'm starting to see the Royals do the same thing, getting in the top of the Cataracts defenseman much quicker as opposed to that passive 1-2-2 trap they were doing. Now you see the difference in terms of the turnovers, and they have a lot more puck possession.
Face-off will come outside the blue line as it went off the Royals forward who was in forechecking. Bragg at center ice gives it to Marshall over on the far side for Dyke. Brennan steps into him. Brent has got it. Here's Mike Brent. Off the boards, gets rid of it at center ice. Marshall backing up in his own end for the Royals. Across to Mike Dyke. Dyke to Mangan. Bragg cutting for the front of the net. Mangan with a shot. Knocked down by Whiffen. Rebound cleared to the boards. Top of the circle. Dyke with a shot. Kicked away by Whiffen. Croft turned it over at the blue line. Bragg played it across, and that was intercepted by Brennan. Bragg gets it back. Shot right on net. And Whiffen had to make the save. Another giveaway inside the blue line. This time Nicholas feathers it down for Bragg. That was just tipped away. Yetman's got it, and he'll clear it out. Finally, the Cataracts relieve the pressure after turning it over inside their own blue line with 3 separate occasions there.
That's the difference with a good forecheck, George, as opposed to the passive one.
Bragg, he's got Mangan with him, drops it for Mangan. Back for Bragg. Bragg with a shot, big save by Whiffen. Almost caught going the wrong way. Reached back, got it, and he'll smother the rebound.
Tremendous save by A.J. Whiffen. Looked like Matt Bragg had Whiffen going from his left to his right, trying to get it back. But, George, I can't stress it enough. I'm not sure why it took the Royals so long to figure out that standing back and hoping for a turnover in a puck possession team such as the Cataracts. You can't do that. You need to force them, and they're doing that in the second period here, and it's paying off for them.
Toomey to face off against Alley. Toomey pushes it right towards the net. Whiffen dives out and hangs on to it, so they'll do that face off again. 9:12 left to go. We passed the halfway point of this one during overtime. Again, it'll be Toomey against Alley. Toomey wins it cleanly. Back to Stevens. His shot doesn't get through. Berube trying to battle for that rebound. Puck goes into the corner. Gallant up along the boards. Sparks doesn't get it out. Mahoney keeps it in. Berube in the corner for Toomey. Penny's out in front. Toomey gets it out in front. Cleared away by Hounsell. Off the boards for Mike Sibley. Sibley turned it over. And he gets it back again as he lost it and then lost it again. Penny down in front, battling for it. Whiffen reaches out and pokes it away. Pass too far for Daly. Here's Stevens. Across for Penny. Penny gets away from Sparks. He'll bring it in over the blue line. Good pass for Berube. Berube with a shot blocked away by Whiffen. Puck bouncing around. It went out of play off of A.J. Whiffen. Came back, hit the top of the net.
George, last 2 shifts in a row, Cataracts have not been able to make an exit pass to get it out of the zone to maintain some momentum coming through the neutral zone. Reason why? The forwards now for Cornerbrook Royals are getting down deep in a hurry, but more importantly, I've really noticed that their defensemen are coming up and they're not giving up the blue line, something that you've been seeing them do last night's game today, backing out too early. They're holding their ground now, keeping it in.
Mangan against Fergus. Goes into the corner. Nicholas came up with it, hit the side of the net. Fergus comes up with the puck. Fergus up the left side. Fergus with a burst of speed. Fergus stops up. Tried to poke it in for Cercelli. Cercelli's got it. Out in front was Gill. Cercelli working down in the corner. Guys all over him. Out to Gill. Gill with a weak shot. Goes wide of the net. Cleared out into center. Here's Brandon Nicholas. Nicholas will dump it in right into A.J. Whiffen. He'll hang on to it. And we'll get another whistle down in the Cataracts end of the ice with 8:03 left to go in the second.
Royals will take that play every time, George. Their last 4 faceoffs, they've won each one of them. Magnan has won 2. Matthew Toomey has won 2, and they've won them with relative ease. Something the Cataracts are going to need to work on, especially in the defensive zone.
Again, it'll be Mangan against Fergus. Again, the Royals win it. Bragg on the backhand, puts it towards the net. Mangan off the inboards, tried to get it out in front. That hit Fergus, went back into the corner. Roddy short. Up ahead to Cercelli. Cercelli will just dump it in. He's going to go into the corner, around the other side, waiting for it. There was Gill. Back at the point, taken by Nicholas. Off the boards, out into center ice. Roddy Short has it. Short, surveying the situation, finds Fergus. Fergus is in over the blue line. Cam Fergus working against Martin. They're seeing a lot of each other in this series. Gill trying to cut out in front. He loses the puck, and out come the Royals. Adam Guy. Guy weaving his way in. On the backhand, gets a shot right on net. Puck bounces high off the glass. Hoff trying to get to it. Nicholas gets to it first, back at the point. There's a quick shot by Marshall. That's blocked. That's Bragg over there. Here's Bragg again. All alone in front. Bragg with all kinds of time. Lost the handle.
Cataracts are getting a penalty here, George. It's going to be a cross check, I think. Slash. Greg Hoff and Brandon Nicholas, who were engaged in front of the net. They had a royal battle. Greg Hoff has some choice words for the official as he goes to the back, as he always does, but either way you cut it, Royals are going to go on the power play here and now. 7:06 remaining in the second period, and this has been exciting, George.
Royals have taken the momentum away from the Cataracts. Now they go on the power play. They scored on their last one, their first power play goal in this series.
George, they were down by 10 shots midway through this period. Now they're up by 2.
Puck comes out into center. Here's Dyke, gets it over to Dane Marshall. Up ahead for Toomey. Toomey will dump it in. Hustling back to get it is Gallant. Gallant will turn and he'll fire it down the ice.
That's a dump, George, with nobody moving at the blue line. You're better off holding that puck. If you're going to dump it, it's just the same as giving it away.
Toomey through center. Up for Penny. He got a stick on it. Puck goes into the corner. Gallant and Hines in there. Penny comes in support. Toomey as well, 3-on-1. Penny comes up with it, back to Dane Marshall. Now Penny heads for the front of the net. Dyke to Hines, down into the corner. Penny will go down there, work against Brent, leaves it for Toomey. Out in front here, chance for Hines. Hines with a shot, saved by Whiffen, rebound, another save by Whiffen, and A.J. Whiffen comes up with 2 good saves on that sequence.
Nice give and go coming out of the corner. Defenseman pinching down low, getting himself in an offensive position. Shot from the top of the circle. A.J. Whiffen with the first save, rebound, second save. 1:07 remaining to the penalty to Greg Hoff. 6:13 remaining in the second period. 2-2-2. Goals and period.
Again, the Royals control it. Here's Martin. He'll put it down into the corner. Hounsell looking for it. Off the boards, looking for Cercelli. Cercelli gets it out. And here's Cam Fergus. 1-on-2. Again, he's in there with Martin. Got the shot away. Went off Martin's stick. Gillis made the save. Leaves it for Matt Bragg. Bragg with a good pass. Gets it to Kenny Mahoney. Rodney Mahoney, rather. Rodney Mahoney over to Mangan. Puts it into the corner. Bragg is there. Cercelli's watching him. Back to Mangan. Pass Mahoney in front. Nicholas tried to get it into the crease area, but it was cleared away. Hounsell will bring it out. Here's Sam Hounsell. He'll go into the corner against Martin. Martin takes him hard to the boards, and Martin's going to pick himself up a penalty as he hits Sam Hounsell in the numbers.
Sammy Hounsell, a big, strong kid holding that puck
That's going to be a misconduct as well.
Yeah, that's no good right now, George. That's not something that the Royals need to do. You've got to turn and go. Of course, that was Brandon Nicholas or somebody who had a number of words to say afterwards, and that's not going to serve you any good at this stage of the game. Just the very time that they didn't need that, the Royals have owned this period, and now they're going to find themselves in a difficult situation with 20 seconds remaining. Cataracts are going to go on a power play, and now they're also going to lose a player for 12 minutes.
Short. His shot. Save was made by Gillis, and the Royals clear it down the ice. It's Martin who picks up the 10-minute misconduct, so a big loss for the Royals.
It's devastating for the Royals.
Cataracts about to go on the power play. That went off Brennan, cleared in, and back out in the center. Hoff is back out there for the Cataracts, so they are now on the power play. Barber, he'll shoot it in around the boards. That came right out in front. Marshall was there for the Royals to clear it down the ice. Whiffen leaves it for Short. Yetman. Down deep. Out in front for Barber. That doesn't connect, and the Royals pick it off, and they'll head off ice now. Short-handed. Here's Matt Bragg. He's stopped by Roddy Short. Short up ahead for Yetman. Yetman on the backhand, saved by Gillis. Puck to the boards. Short gets to it. Down into the corner. Mike Dyke has got it. Dyke's got some time, and he'll clear it down the ice. Whiffin's going to have to come out and play it as Bragg is in there. First, turned it over to Bragg. Bragg threw it out in front. Here's Mangan with a shot. That one off Roddy Short wide, and almost a terrible turnover there for the Cataracts. Again, can't get any pressure here on this power play. Just 35 seconds left to go, and they've had nothing. Here's Luke Gallant. To Colin Cercelli. He's in over the blue line. Leaves it for Fergus. Fergus with a shot. Saved by Gillis. Cercelli has it behind the net. Tries to give it to Gill. That goes off a stick up towards the blue line. Short hustles over to keep it in. Short down along the boards. Cercelli missed the pass. Stevens turns. Knocked down. Short's got it. Tried to put it towards the net. That went off Hines. And Hines gets it and clears it out. That'll do it. Penalty's over. We're back to even strength. 3.5 minutes. Just under that left here in the second. Here's Kenny Mahoney. Mahoney with a shot. Arm saved by Whiffen. Rodney Mahoney holds it in over the far side. Gave it away though. Gallant. Good pass up for Fergus. Gill is alone. Gill shoots. Half fanned on it. The puck just slides into Gillis.
Yeah, he fanned on it, George. He looked up. He wasn't quite sure. One of these indecisive moves that you don't see Andre Gill, but he didn't know if he wanted to shoot it or pass it. Decided to do one and didn't work out too well.
3:08 to go. Second period. 2-2 tie. Daly, Sparks, Sibley against Toomey. Brent with a shot. That one off the defenseman in front. Berube off the boards, out in the center. Reaching for it and getting it is Corey Blackmore. Blackmore shoots it in. Whiffen plays it up off the boards. Sibley couldn't get it. It was caught up in the linesman's feet. Now he'll get it to Daly. Daly comes across here on the near side for Sparks. Sparks is in over the blue line, working against Marshall. That one off the skate of Marshall. Over on the far side, Daly looking for it. Or Sibley, rather, against Mike Dyke. Sparks reaching in there as well. Tough to see Mike Sibley in there. Works against Sparks and Mike Dyke, two of the taller players in the league.
Hidden from view.
Out into center ice. Croft has it. Croft for Sparks. Sparks in over the blue line. He'll just shoot it in. That line will head off. Or rather, the defenseman change, at least for the Cataracts. Hounsell is out there. Backhanded in. That would have been offside. Cataracts tag up. Now they get the new forward line out there as well. Dyke in over the blue line. Works around Brent. Blackmore's out in front. Yetman got back to break that up. And here's Justin Barber. Barber in over the blue line. Pass in front for Brennan. Brennan threw it in front, and Gillis with a big save. Brennan on it again. Drops it back. Kept in by Hounsell. Down into the corner. Finds Barber. Barber tried to feed it back, and that's turned over. Here's Matt Bragg, skating miles for the Royals here this afternoon. Bragg swinging wide, working on Hounsell. Back at the point for Mahoney. Mahoney got a shot towards the net. It bounces around, pinballs around. There's another chance.
The Royals
got it. I thought that may have gone in.
I did too, George. And matter of fact, the Royals did, but it never did. I don't know if it hit A.J. Whiffen, if it hit a player in front of the net. The net was almost off it. The back part of it was off, but it did not come off the moorings. The goal would have counted if it went in, I'm sure of it. However, it never crossed over. George, this is unbelievable. 1:24 remaining here in the second. Folks, what a game we have here this afternoon at Joe Byrne.
Looked like Bragg hit the whole top part of the net. The net was tipped. But as you say, it did not come. The pegs did not come loose.
No.
And it looked from this angle like it had gone in the top. Nobody's arguing. Nobody questions it. How it stayed out, don't know.
No.
Here's Andre Gill. Pass for Fergus. Gill follows up on it. Gill's got it in over the blue line. Here's Andre Gill in front for Cercelli. Cercelli takes it in the corner. Cercelli for Fergus. He has it knocked off his stick by Mahoney. Mahoney's got it off the boards, out to center ice. Bragg again. Bragg's got it. What a game he's playing. Here's Bragg in front. What a chance. Big save by Whiffen. Rebound, another save by Whiffen. Royals buzzing. Magnan with a shot. Two more saves by Whiffen. He dives out. He's got it.
Unbelievable, George. This is unbelievable.
50 seconds left to go in the second period.
Matthew Bragg, what a tremendous game he's having. Last night he was the best player on the ice. Today he's the best player on the ice for the Royals again. Made a great move at the blue line. Beat Mike Frank, come in and made a great pass. A.J. Whiffen come across with the first save, second save, and it just laid there. Finally able to get his trap around. 50 seconds remaining here in the second.
You talk about the momentum changing, the shots on goal changing. Royals now out shooting the Cataracts 33-26. They have owned the second half of this second period.
Owned it in spades. And one of the premier defensemen in the box for what's going to be a long, long time for him.
Again, Royals control the faceoff. Nicholas with a shot, and Whiffen has to come up with another save.
George, you talk about own the period. They've owned the faceoff circle. George, I'm counting 9 faceoffs in a row they have won in the offensive zone on A.J. Whiffen. 9.
46.3 to go in the second period. Again, they win it.
10.
Bragg over along the boards, watched by Hounsell. Bragg hanging on to that puck. Matt Bragg doing great work here in the second period. He's still got it. Sparks comes over. Sparks finally gets it out. Rodney Mahoney's got it off the boards. Hounsell's got to hustle. Bragg stole it. Bragg's got to get the shot away. Whiffen comes up with a save. In behind the net, into the corner. Stevens, still 22 seconds to go. Mangan trying to bounce it off the back of A.J. Whiffen. Stevens couldn't hold it in, and here's Luke Gallant. Gallant, 12 seconds to go. Still lots of time. Gallant winds up. Hard shot saved by Gillis. 7 seconds to go. Pass up at center. Sibley's got it. 3 seconds. He's not going to have time to do anything. He'll just bring it back in his own end, and phew, we will catch our breath. What a period of hockey. The fans give the teams a round of applause as they head off the ice.
George, exciting is an understatement. I cannot understand where Matt Bragg gets his energy from. It is phenomenal.
And
George,
he's been sick all week.
I mean, George, he plays. He's got to play close to 40 minutes a game, and every time he gets the puck, he finds another gear. He had 2 unbelievable opportunities again down low. What a tremendous game Matt Bragg is playing. Anyway, second period summary. And not a lot in terms of scoring or penalty department, but in action, unbelievable. Royals with a goal at 5:04, a penny from Toomey, and of course, just the 2 penalties in the period, one to the Cataract, Greg Hoff, 2 minutes for slashing, and the big penalty for the Royals at 14:34, Martin, 2 minutes for boarding, and a 10-minute misconduct. Shots on goal after 2 periods of play, George. Royals now 35, Cataracts 27. At one point, it was 23-11. Now it's 35-27 in favor of the Royals.
Yeah, it was all Royals in the back half of that second period, but that is a great period of hockey. I said last night, first period was maybe the best period of hockey we've seen in a long, long time, maybe the best ever in terms of speed. That one just outdid it.
George, that's one of the best periods I've seen in a number of years. Everybody's just laying it on the line. Spectacular goaltending, but I'm just impressed with the Royals, how they're just continuing to battle, knowing how much that they're down in terms of the bodies that they have and the quality of bodies that they don't have. It's amazing. We are in for an unbelievable period. Last night, George, it was 2-2 going into third. We got a 2-2 coming into the third again today.
Yeah, I said the Royals had to dig deep. They did in that period. Do they have enough to finish it in the third? We've got 20 minutes of hockey left, plus maybe some extra time. Why not? It's such a great game. Let's play a little extra. But third period coming up in just a few moments. Robert, we need to catch our breath here. That was a busy period of hockey.
It certainly was.
All right, we'll be back with our third period. 2-2 tie between the Cataracts and the Royals. Game number 4, 2015 Herder Memorial Trophy Championship Series, brought to you by the Telegram.
Fergus would like to thank The Telegram, the 2015 title sponsor.
Attention fans, get your 50-50 tickets from Sellers at Raptor Stadium. You can't wait if you're not in.
Thank the following corporate sponsors: Canadian Tire, Canada's hockey stick, Gentleman B Lifestyle Apparel, Newfoundland Styro, Grant Sports Excellence, Bluebird Investments, H&R Block, Subway, Kelly Ford, and Gander International Airport.
Time once again for a transcontinental media t-shirt toss. You want a t-shirt? Make some noise.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we just did our monthly draw. Winning number 0327. It's Bernadette Higgins. Congratulations, Bernadette Higgins.
Ferdinand Higgins. I would like to thank everyone who purchased tickets and supported the Cataracts. Thank you very much.
Teams are back out on the ice for the start of the third period. 20 minutes of play left to go, plus the potential, of course, for overtime in this close game number 4. 2-2 tie. Cataracts and the Royals after 40 minutes of play. The Royals had a tremendous second period. They, as we said, coming out of the period, they owned the latter half of the period. The short bench, can they keep it going? Matt Bragg, under the weather all week, is having a sensational game for the Royals. We are underway, 2-2 tie. 5 skaters aside to start the third period. Dyke in the corner, checked over there by Barber. Yetman in support, here's Brennan. Back for Yetman. Yetman gets a shot away. Gillis makes the save and hangs on, no rebound.
Excuse me, everything gets magnified now as well, George. Faceoffs become an even more critical factor in the game.
And the Royals dominated that part of the game as well. They win this one around the boards. Control of that puck to start each sequence. Brennan back to Luke Gallant. Finds Barber. Marshall knocks him off the puck. Dyke goes back to pick it up, takes it around behind his own net. Dyke, watched by Barber, gets it over to Marshall. Marshall up ahead. Was looking for Nicholas. Nicholas relays it down into the Cataracts end. Roddy Short has it. Up ahead for Yetman for Brennan. Brennan in over the blue line. His quick shot saved by Gillis. Again, no rebound.
No rebound and another shot off of the stick, trying to use the defenseman as a decoy. This time Gillis square to the shooter, takes it in the breadbasket. No rebound. 19:08 remaining here in the third period. Knotted up 2 apiece.
Puck not dropped fairly. Cercelli against Matt Toomey. Puck bounces over the top of the net. Stevens back there to get it. Gives it to Mahoney. Off the glass and out into center ice. Greg Hoff. Over to Short. Up ahead to Cercelli. Cercelli in over the blue line. Cercelli, quick shot, right, hit the outside of the goal post. Short with a shot. That doesn't get through. Gill battling. Cercelli, he's knocked down by Berube. Cercelli from his knees, still able to hold it in. Now it comes out. Short will play it back in. Knocked down there by Mahoney. Up ahead. Kicked over to Penny. Penny in over the blue line. Finds Toomey. Matt Toomey holding it along the boards. Toomey back at the point for Mahoney. Across. Here's room for Stevens. Stevens with a shot. Again, that doesn't get through. It was blocked out in front. He'll put it in around behind it. Nobody can find it right away. Now they'll head in there. Fergus avoids a check. Out at center. Here's Andre Gill with Roddy Short. Gill into Short. Short with a shot. Saved by Gillison. Short slams into the net. Knocks it off its moorings. Best chances so far in the third period go to the Cataracts. Best one, Colin Cercelli.
They needed to turn the tide, George, because really the last 8-9 minutes of the second period was owned by the Royals. We've seen a couple of opportunities both ways now. You talk about Cataracts with 2 real good opportunities, Cercelli and Roddy Short.
Croft dumps it in. That went up into the mesh behind Gillis. They'll bring the face-off outside the blue line. Cataracts want to take a moment to thank their Allen Cup corporate sponsors, including Riverview Motors, Donini's, Triton Home Hardware, Islander RV, and Bud Light. It's under 2 minutes gone here in the third. Now it's 2 minutes exactly gone. Coughlin, he'll play it in. Comes off the end boards. Brent has got it. Off the boards, kept in by Coughlin around behind the net. Croft knocks it down. Nick Croft up ahead for Sparks. Sparks tried to flip it through center. That was knocked down easily by Hines. Hines gets it over to Blackmore. Blackmore in over the blue line. That one off Brent. Coughlin gets a chance and a good save by A.J. Whiff, and his little breakdown by the Cataracts as the Royals turned the puck over and got a good scoring chance.
You turn that puck over in the neutral zone, you better get on your horse and get back in a hurry. You're seeing your opponent's number. That's not a good position to be in.
Gallant gets it out past Marshall. He's got to hustle back into his own end. Barber closing ground quickly. Dyke in support comes up with the puck for the Royals. Here's Mike Dyke up ahead to Matt Bragg. One off Bragg's stick. He'll go into the corner against Barber. Over into the far side. That's Barber with it now. That was Yetman went in there with. Here's Gallant. Off the boards, out into center. Taken there by Barber. Barber's got Yetman cutting for the front. Back for Brennan. Saved by Gillis. Cataracts still have it on the rebound. Yetman trying to find it off the boards. Bragg has it. Behind the play, there's a penalty. A couple of players are down. Brennan's down in the corner. Magnan's there.
I'm not sure who's getting the call here, George. I think it's going to be the Royals for a hold.
Royals were bringing the puck out, so that would lead me to think it's going to be Phil Magnan.
It's going to be the Royals for holding, and he had lost his stick, and I think he just kept Andrew Brennan from being able to get up and get back into the play. And I watched the official. He looked at it for a long time and did not call it. I think he was giving him an opportunity, release, let go, release, let go. He chose not to. Penalty is going to go against the Royals, something that they cannot afford to be at this stage of the game.
Again, the Royals win the faceoff. Mahoney hard around the boards. Waiting over there is Berube, and Berube will get it out. Cercelli's got to hustle back as Toomey's trying to get to it. Off the boards. Good work by Matt Toomey. Fergus comes back to get it. Here's Cam Fergus. Fergus slowly through center. Up ahead for Cercelli. He'll dump it in. Tries to get around Stevens. It's going to be a penalty coming up to Cercelli as he grabs Stevens to try and work his way around him.
Real good call there. And, of course, you're in an offensive position. You just got to call. And, George, I'm sure that the Royals and everybody are saying that's an even up call. Either way you look at it.
Chipped the puck past Mike Stevens and then gave him a little tug on the shoulder to try and slow him up so he could get around him, and referee caught it. So they'll even it up. Now we'll go 4-on-4. Fergus wins that face-off. Roddy Short has got it. He'll circle back his own blue line, gives it to Luke Gallant. To McGurk. McGurk will chip it in. He'll go chase with Stevens. Gillis comes out to get to it first. Up along the boards for Berube. Berube's got to be careful. Does a good job turning away from Fergus and McGurk. Then finally turns it over. Here's McGurk down in the corner. Try to get it out in front. Berube's got it again. Matthew Berube. That was knocked down by Gallant. Gallant turned it over at center to Stevens. Up ahead to Toomey. Toomey is checked. Gets it into Berube though. Berube in the corner. Fergus is checked. Stays with it, comes up with the puck. Just when you think he turned it over, he gets it back. Gets it to Luke Gallant. Back to Fergus. Fergus in over the blue line. Gets a shot towards the net. Gillis juggled it, but he'll hang on.
George Cam Fergus coming back out of his zone as Matthew Berube was carrying the puck. Matthew Berube, his strong suit is not to carry the puck, especially just coming out of his own zone. He got his pocket picked by Cam Fergus, who then turned around and lost control of the puck. But one of the things that you need to be doing when you're coming out of your own zone now, you need to be moving that puck, headbanging that puck, not trying to carry it.
Brent, his shot does not get through. Yetman comes up with the rebound for the Cataracts from a sharp angle. Threw it in front. Brennan looking for the deflection. That went wide. Hounsell pinches in. He's in behind the net. Watched by Bragg. Sam Hounsell. Brennan sneaking in. Here's Brennan with a chance. Save. Mike Brent hammers it. Another good save by Gillis as he got the blocker on it.
Notice the difference now, George. I'm really watching Gillis now. He is so focused in the zone. He's coming out and challenging that shooter. Andrew Brennan, a good shot. Mike Brent, good shot. Easy saves by goaltender Gillis, who's making himself look bigger and bigger each time.
27 seconds left in the penalty to Phil Magnan of the Royals. So we'll be 4-on-4 for that long, barring anything else. And the Royals will have a brief power play. Some 23 seconds. Matt Bragg. Bragg against the boards with Brennan. Gets it back for Dyke. Dyke shot. That one off the skates of Sam Hounsell, up and out of play.
Heads up. Have your glove ready.
You want to play center field, you got to have your glove ready.
You certainly do. John will be playing that this summer. Can't wait for that concert, George.
Yeah, another little plug for the Salmon Festival. John Fogarty and other acts to be named shortly. Should be a dandy. There's Roddy Short to Yetman. Yetman, his shot doesn't get through. Comes off the inboards, follows up on it. Yetman's got it again, trying to jam it in. Penalties over to the Royals. They've got the man advantage, but the puck is held against the side of the net. Gillis finally corrals it. So the face-off will be in the Royals' end of the ice. 17 seconds is the time left in the penalty to Colin Cercelli of the Cataracts.
Another broken play there, and a puck that got deflected and seemed to travel a little distance. Found the side of the net. Goaltender Gillis keeping that big pad there to keep that puck out.
Daly won the face-off, but Martin took the puck. Daly was on him, plays it back in behind the net. To Mangan, to Martin. Martin gives it to Phil Mangan. Mangan, cross ice, good pass there for Bragg. Bragg working on Roddy Short, drops it back. There's the shot by Stevens. Good save by Nicholas, rather, 18. And a great save by A.J. Whiffen.
Yeah, nice delay play. The old 2-on-1, bring it back and let the trailer shoot the puck. Derek Martin back out now for the Royals. I don't see him getting off the ice a whole lot between now and the end of this game. He will get out 20, 30 seconds and back in it. Thing is that was a long rest period for him, the longest that he's had this year.
Yeah, he had the 10-minute misconduct plus the intermission, of course, so good to go for the third. Face off to the right of A.J. Whiffen. Again, the Royals get it. Can't get the shot away. Cercelli kicks it back to Brenner, just gets rid of it at center ice. Guy will send it right back in again. Croft will take it behind his own net. There's Nick Croft. Gill, Fergus, Cercelli coming up on the left side. He'll get to it, throws it through the crease right on net. Gillis comes up with the save. Cercelli's got the puck. He'll cycle it back down low again. Magnan intercepts that. Mangan working against Fergus, leaves it for Martin. Cercelli's on him. Fergus comes up with it down in the corner. That hit the referee. Fergus has got it, trying to work his way out in front. Fergus. Magnan all over him. Fergus knocked down, and the Royals get it and clear it out to center. Here's Mike Brent. Brent to Gill, and Fergus hadn't had a chance to get out over the blue line, so that'll be offside against the Cataracts.
Couldn't get back out in time, being kept inside. And of course, if you think about the energy levels that these guys have got in their cardiovascular, it's just phenomenal how they can keep it at this tempo.
Discussion between the referee and the linesman. Well, they're discussing where to have the face-off, which side of the ice. They're going to move it over to the far side. Hines against Daly. Hines, Blackmore, and Cogden out there against the Daly-Sibley-Sparks line. Ball's cleared down the ice. Roddy Short has got it. Short off the boards, finds Sibley. Sibley checked by Hines, and Hines will clear it in. Whiffen leaves it for Roddy Short. Short up the left side into Royals territory. Short, quick shot. That one over the top of the net. Got a lot on that one, but quick riser. Didn't find the target. Here's a turnover at center ice. Here's Blackmore. Blackmore in over the blue line for Coughlin. Drops it back for Hines. Hines puts it in. That was deflected by Blackmore. Just went wide. Again, the Royals keep it in. That just came out over the blue line, and it'll be offside against the Royals by just a couple of inches. The fourth line for the Royals.
Yeah, they've
coming up with a good chance.
You're exactly right, George. They've been getting some more duty than you've seen in before, and of course they're making the best of it each time that they get that puck down low. They're creating some offensive opportunities for their team, and a couple inches short of staying in for another opportunity.
They don't really have 4 complete lines. That time Hines was out there with Coughlin and Blackmore.
Yeah, they got 10 forwards.
Brennan in over the blue line. Yetman back to the point for Hounsell. That's tipped. Puck is loose in the crease. Somehow Brian Gillis has got it. He's got it behind him. The old behind the back catch.
Yeah,
he says, I got it, guys. I got it.
Behind the back check. And, of course, all the players were looking, figured it was going to roll down his back and go into the back of the net again. Got the glove behind him. We've seen a number of pucks get behind him, literally, George. This time, that big trapper, and he got it running down his back. Keeps it out of the net.
And the Royals win it against the boards. Marshall in there with Brennan. Brennan comes up with it out for Yetman, and a good play there by Mike Dyke as he intercepted that and heads up ice. Mike Dyke. Dyke on the rush. Through the crease. Whiffen couldn't control the rebound, but the net has been knocked off the pegs. Going back end to end.
Players going crashing into the net, and that puck just lay there. A.J. Whiffen not able to get his pad on it. Luke Gallant and Ryan Penny went crashing into the net. Of course, A.J. was scrambling like a fish out of water trying to get that puck. Net come off, whistle, face-off will remain inside. We just talked about Mike Dyke. He made a really nice defensive play, George, as he stepped up, made a nice poke check, and initiated a rush coming down on a 3-on-2.
Croft off the boards looking for McGurk. McGurk is checked right away, but comes up with the puck, moves it to Cercelli. Cercelli avoids that check from Berube, follows up on it, keeps it onside. Down into the corner. Royals come up with it. Ryan Penny in the corner. Penny takes a bump from Fergus. Berube. Toomey. Shot went wide of the net. Penny couldn't catch up to it over on the near side. Played back to Martin. Over to Berube, who backhanded in. Royals will change. Brent behind his net. He'll wait for the Cataracts to make their change. Send their third line out there. Daly drops it back for Brent. Brent mishandled it at the blue line, and here come the Royals. Mangan with a shot. Save by Whiffen. Rebound. Another save by Whiffen. He's got it, and what a chance for the Royals to take the lead.
That's the turnover that they're looking for in that passive 1-2-2 trap, George. Hoping that a defenseman, because what that play does, it forces the defenseman to carry the puck out. Mike Brent is not the guy that you want carrying that puck out. You need someone a little bit more adept at handling the puck with a little bit better speed. That time, Mike unfortunately bobbled it, resulted in a great scoring opportunity for the Cornerbrook Rolls.
Sparks to take the face-off against Phil Mangan. Along the boards, Hoff has got it and batted out of the air by Matt Bragg, and people got to be careful over there. It's 3 or 4 times puck has gone up into the stands over in that part of the stadium.
Yeah, it has.
But that'll move the face-off outside the blue line as it was knocked out of the air by Matt Bragg. Derek Martin. That's going to be icing as nobody touched that pass. He was looking for Mangan at the blue line.
Yeah, and that's the neutral zone play, George, when everybody stood still. Even if Mangan picks up that puck, he's got nothing to do with it. You really need to bring that up. Cataracts here making the last change, having home ice advantage for these 2 games.
See McGurk taking Andre Gill's spot on the right side. Again, the Royals get it. Guy off the boards and out into center. Short. Tried to move it up ahead. That was knocked down by Mangan, or that was Mangan. Made the back pass and Cercelli stole it. Colin Cercelli gets around Bragg. Cercelli in over the blue line. Cercelli. Fergus with a good shot, and Gillis makes the save.
I'm going to tell you, George, watching Colin Cercelli and Cam Fergus work their magic is so impressive. We looked about each time you see them coming down the ice, much the same as when you see Matt Bragg for the Royals. They create scoring opportunities in the neutral zone even before they even get to the blue line. They have such great speed and vision, both sets of players.
10:47 to go now. Yetman, Barber, Brennan out there. Yetman wins it. Back to Gallant. Gallant puts it towards the net. That went off a couple of legs wide. Stevens got it. He'll get rid of it. That gets past Gallant at the blue line all the way down the ice. And it'll be icing against the Corner Brook Royals.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that call, George. I'm looking over at Corner Brook Royals bench, and Darren Colburn is fuming. And really, if you think about it, that's a play that's got to be made by the defenseman in blue. He doesn't make much of an effort, Luke Gallant, to turn around and get that puck. Questionable icing call.
We'll do it again. Down to the left of Brian Gillis. Puck is loose in the circle. Royals come up with it. Brian Penny. Cross ice picked off by Yetman. Yetman gets around Penny. Pass for Barber. A little too hot to handle, and Royals come up with it. Berube gets it. He'll backhand it down the ice, wide of the net. And again, icing against the Royals, 3 in a row.
That's not a recipe that you want. And Matthew Berube, I'm sure, would like to have that one back. That's a panic play for him. He's 3 feet inside the blue line. He just turns it back to the way. There was nobody on him putting any pressure. That's an easy chip out or a carry out for that matter. We've had 4 line changes in the last minute and a half, George.
Gill back out with Fergus and Cercelli. Cercelli back to short. His shot doesn't get through. Jammed against the side of the net by Gill. Goes in behind the net. Off the boards. Bragg has it. Bragg trying to get away from Cercelli. In over the blue line. Matt Bragg gets a shot away. Saved by Whiffen. Rebound lies in the crease. Whiffen's got it again, and he'll hang on. Another great rush by Matt Bragg.
Great rush. He made a little decoy move. Looked like he was going to dish it off. Had A.J. Whiffen going from his left to his right. Got a nice wrist shot away. A.J. Whiffen, nice left pad save. Keep it out. Face off to the right of him. 2-2 at the halfway point. 10:01 remaining here in the third period.
Mangan against Fergus to the right of A.J. Whiffen. Fergus wins it into the corner. Luke Gallant is on it quickly for the Cataracts. Gallant will skate out with it. Up ahead to Fergus. Fergus. Flip pass in for Cercelli. Cercelli cutting in. That goes over the top of the net. Back of the point. Hounsell across for Gallant. Gallant slap pass. What a save by Gillis as it was tipped by Gill.
Without a stick as well.
Incredible pad save by Brian Gillis. Cercelli in behind the net. He's pinned against the boards by Mangan. Gill has got it. Gill working against Dyke. Gill back to Fergus. Fergus got the shot away. Doesn't get through. Kept in by Gallant. Somehow over on the far side. I'm going to say I believe it touched somebody over in the Royals bench.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, George. Either way you look at it, Luke Gallant did a tremendous job of holding that puck. Matthew Bragg had total control of that puck. I'm real surprised that he didn't get out. Tried to make the chip. Luke held his own zone. Came in, but you go back to that save by goaltender Gillis. Lost his stick, George, and did the split save. Came across right pad save and somehow kept it out. Bringing the face-off outside, George, so we're saying that it didn't touch the player unless it was gloved ahead. I didn't see that either.
Again, the Royals win the face-off, though. It's been a big difference. Cleared in by the Royals. Nick Croft has got it. Here's Croft. In over the blue line. Runs over Guy. Keeps going. A little bit too high. Brent is able to keep it in along the boards. Croft was knocked down behind the play. Cataracts calling for a penalty. Nothing doing. Daly pinned against the boards by Hines. Sparks looking for it. Daly keeping his feet moving. Hines staying on him. Poked free and Blackmore has it. Blackmore up ahead for Coughlin. He'll dump it in. He'll go in and chase. In there with Nick Croft. Coughlin gets there first. Threw it out in front. Brent's got it. Mike Brent lugging it out for the Cataracts. Up ahead for Sibley. Sibley in over the blue line. Watched by Martin. Sibley in the corner. Out in front. Gillis plays it away. Back of the point. Brent has got it. Mike Brent working his way in. That shot went off a couple of players wide. Penny turns up ahead for Toomey. That'll go into the corner. Around to the far side. Royals were changing, so Brent's got the puck. Watched by Berube. Just pokes it up ahead. Off the boards looking for Brennan. Brennan trying to work against Rodney Mahoney. Mahoney comes up with the puck on a good play. Pass up ahead. Mishandled by Berube. Yetman Drops it back. Here's Barber. Barber with a shot. That was tipped. It just went wide. Hoff pinches up. Kept in by Barber. He'll put it towards net. That's deflected. Bounces up in the air. Rebound by Yetman. Gillis with another big save. Yetman's got the rebound, circling the net. Back of the point for Hoff. Greg Hoff. He'll put it towards the net. That's deflected. It's still loose. Cleared by the Royals. Yetman comes up with the pass. Yetman well wide of the net. And Mangan just gets it and clears it down the ice. Icing against the Royals, and it's the Cataracts with the pressure right now. They've taken the lead in the shots on goal as we go back and forth. 44-41 now in favor of the home side.
Feverish action down low. George, pucks going all over the place. Bodies going all over the place. All of these players are laying it on the line here. 7:23 remaining in the third. Buckle up. We're in for a beautiful finish.
Again, big part of this game is the Royals winning those faceoffs, and they do again. This one out at center. Mangan over across, poke check. Here's Cercelli on the counter attack for the Cataracts. Cercelli, he'll dump it in. Trying to get around Marshall. Marshall holds him up at the line. Over on the far side, Brandon Nicholas. Nicholas gets rid of it at center ice. Hounsell's got to hustle back into his own end to get it. We're under 7 minutes to go here in the third period. Shots on goal, as I said, 44-41. Only a 2-2 game. Both goaltenders have been busy. Both goaltenders have been very good. Fergus weaving his way through center. Fergus, he gets a shot. Gillis makes a save. He'll hang on.
George, you sped it. You spoke about it last night. White knuckle time. It is white knuckle time in spades here now. Every player now has to be accountable not only for themselves where they're positioned on the ice, but their teammates. You need to have a lot of support plays, short passes, and make sure you're on the right side of the puck.
Back of the point, Mike Brent. Brent gets a shot, doesn't get through though. And Corey Blackmore's got it at center. Blackmore, leave it for Hines. They get a little mixed up. And they turn it over. Here's Mike Sibley. Sibley shoots. Saved by Gillis. Sibley back of the point for Croft. He'll put it towards the net, looking for the deflection. Sibley out in front. Sibley's on it again. He'll put it towards the net, but that went off Michael Hines' stick up and out of play.
George, I just spoke about you can't be the last man back playing that puck. Tried to make a little dipsy-doodle move in the neutral zone when everybody stood still. Sibley picked his pocket, went in. Goaltender Gillis, great save.
Cataracts would like to take a moment to thank their Allen Cup corporate sponsors, including Riverview Motors, Donini's, Triton Home Hardware, Islander RV, and Bud Light. Face off to Gillis' left down in Royals territory. And again, the Royals win it, but Barber's in there quickly to steal it. In behind the net. Yetman trying to work out in front. Jams it towards the front of the net. Puck comes back towards the blue line. Finally, the Royals get it and clear it out. Short has got it. Roddy Short gives it to Greg Hoff. Hoff from outside the blue line. The hard slap shot over the top of the net. Barber's got it over the far side quickly. Puts it towards the net. That went wide. Brennan's got it down low. Here's Yetman. Tried the backhand, and Gillis with the poke check.
Beautiful poke check. Probably a game saver.
Backhanded in by Berube. Hoff up around the boards. Berube's got it from a sharp angle. Saved by Whiffen. Puck to the side of the net. Cleared around. Rodney Mahoney's waiting for it back here at the blue line. Down low. Lets it go for Penny. Penny tried to get it out in front. Barber's got it. Turns against the checking of Berube. Throws it around here on the near side. Trying to get to it was Brennan. He couldn't catch up to it. Cataracts change, as do the Royals. Backhanded in. Gallant will go into the corner. Nicholas watching him. Gallant off the glass, but it'll be held in by Stevens. Stevens bumped off the puck, and Fergus has it. Cam Fergus. Pass. Andre Gill. In front is Cercelli. Couldn't come up with it. Dangerous shot by Luke Gallant. Went off the Cornerbrook Royal defenseman, and Gillis had to come up with a big save.
It went off of his skate directly into Gillis, George, and it resulted with a pinch with Stevens, and they never kept the puck in. It was a broken play all the way down. They are breathing a sigh of relief.
Under 5 now here in the third. Gillis around the boards looking for Nicholas. Pinch in by Gallant. Held in there by Gill. Gallant slaps it towards the net. Mahoney knocks it down. Mahoney get rid of it out at center. Gallant knocks it down. Play it off the boards. Taken by Stevens. Stevens up ahead for Matt Bragg. Off the boards, down into the corner, looking for Brandon Nicholas. Nicholas turning. Nicholas trying to work his way out in front. He's poke checked, and Gill has got it. Gill. Fergus knocks it out of the air. Here's Cam Fergus. Fergus holding it. Cross ice. Gallant wound up for the big one-timer and fanned on it. Gets it back. Here's Fergus with a chance. Fergus. Daly shoots. Another big save by Gillis. Fergus again, fanned on it. Over to the board. Stevens can't move it out. Now he does. Bragg's got it. He's checked by Gallant. Following up on it was Nicholas. He was checked. Gallant to Fergus. Fergus has got some room. Fergus with a shot. Easy save by Gillis. And Ryan Gillis has been spectacular.
Players are exhausted, George. Check the pulse rate. It has gone up. It is heating up here on a cold, cold day in Grand Falls, Windsor. But let me tell you, there's nobody leaving this building. People are on the edge of their seats, no matter if you cheer for the green and the white or the red, white, and the blue.
3:51 left to go. Cataracts win this face-off. Short was looking for Sibley. Daly trying to get to it. Brent able to hold it in. Along the boards, Dane Marshall has it off the glass. Brent diving, able to keep it in, but that's going to be a glove pass.
Yeah, the correct call is made as well, George, and there's no doubt about that. Not only is it important for players now, really officials need to be so focused in this game. They realize what's at stake here, as everybody else does.
Face off outside the Royals blue line. Daly, McGurk, Sibley, Blackmore, Hines, and Coughlin. Coughlin intercepted that pass. Coughlin with a neat little move at the blue line, gets it up to Blackmore, and he'll relay it in. Whiffen leaves it there for Roddy Short. Up ahead for Sibley at the blue line. He'll go cross ice, was looking for McGurk. He couldn't handle it, and back come the Royals. Coughlin plays it to the boards. Brent is there. Off the glass, and that'll go out of place. That'll be a face-off in the Cataracts end of the ice. 3:08 to go.
Line change are coming fast and furious here now, George. Royals coming in with Berube, Penny, Matthew Toomey. Cataracts counter with Brennan, Yetman, and Justin Barber.
Puck is loose, finally taken by the Cataracts. Barber was looking for Brennan. Martin played it off his skate, got it to Penny. He'll give it back to Martin. Martin up ahead for Ryan Penny. He'll turn, backhand it in. That hit the linesman. Penny holds it in. Penny with a chance. That shot blocked by Hounsell. Over on the far side, Barber's got it. Barber lost control of it as he tried to break out. Guy gets it up to Berube. Gallant up at the blue line, knocked down by Yetman, but almost turned over. Cataracts have it. They'll get rid of it at center ice. Martin back in his own end. 2.5 to go. Martin winding up around his own net, gets it to Berube. Berube high through center ice. Penny trying to catch up to it. Penny at the blue line will play it down deep. Gallant is in there around the boards. Over to the far side. It's going to be a battle for it there. Barber and Berube. And the referee is tied up in there as well. Off the boards. Yetman intercepts it. Steve Yetman at center. He's going to dump it in, and he's going to go for a line change as we hit the 2-minute mark here in the third period. Martin weaving his way out. That went off Andre Gill. Brent's got to be careful. There's a chance for Bragg. Bragg breaks in. Shoots. What a save by Whiffen as he got the right pad down.
Matthew Bragg again.
This game has belonged to the goaltenders and to Matt Bragg. Here he comes again. Bragg turning against the boards. Bragg getting in shooting position. Gets a shot. That one off his stick. Up and out of play. What a chance for Bragg. What a save by Whiffen.
Unbelievable. Mike Brent gone looking for the puck. Matt Bragg came up with it. Goes in. And an unbelievable opportunity. AJ Whiffen getting across pads. These goals have been nothing short of spectacular. Shots on goal. Cataracts 49 and the Royals 43. Unbelievable game here today, George. One of the best we've seen in years.
You like scoring chances. You like intensity. This is the one.
Timeout Royals, George, I believe.
1:31 remaining here in the third period. Overtime looming.
George, this is a very important faceoffs. Cataracts have done a little bit better in the third period faceoffs. They got decimated in the second period, where the Royals has won at least 9 of 12 and 7 or 8 in a row. And of course, the thing is now they have an offensive opportunity on the faceoff. So key. And right now, I think both teams will put out 2 centermen, George, in case one gets kicked out.
You see Darren Langdon talking to his group.
This is more of a rest than anything else, and just to settle the nerves. Been a lot of voice time by a lot of these players this afternoon, and of course, the day after, the night before. It's not easy, and the battle of the game and the battle of wills, and it's one over the other. Who's going to win out? Let's see. We got a minute 30 left in reg.
Face off in the Cataracts end of the ice. Bragg stays out there. Probably as much to get rest for Matt Bragg as anything. Backhand saved by Whiffen. The Royals won that face-off. Martin able to hold it in. Bragg's got it again. Puts it off the end boards. Hits the back of the net. Played out. Here's Fergus. Minute 20 to go. Fergus up there with Cercelli. Fergus with a shot. Gillis made the save. Fergus gets to the rebound. Down low looking for Cercelli. Gillis out in front. Martin working on him. Cercelli pokes it to Gill. Gill in front looking for Fergus, and Marshall got a stick on it.
1 minute remaining play, third.
And you hear the announcement. 1 minute left to go in the third period. Puck bounces high in the air. Gill. Fergus had it knocked off his stick by Mangan. Out in front. Jamming at it. Cleared away. Gallant has it. He puts his shot towards the net. That was touched by a high stick, I think, by the Cataracts. So bring the face-off outside the blue line. But again, Fergus and Cercelli creating opportunities.
George, and I was looking out there. The only job that Dane Marshall has got is to stick to Cam Fergus, and he did it as best he could. And Fergus somehow managed to get loose again and had a scoring opportunity. Could have salted it away for the Cataracts.
Yetman against Hines. Again, the Royals win the faceoff. They're doing a great job at that. Puck comes out into center. 35 seconds to go. Gallant across to Roddy Short. Back to Luke Gallant. Gallant drops it off to Short. Up ahead for Brennan. That's going to be icing against the Cataracts, and that's a tough one to take right there.
It is, George, and we got 25 seconds away from overtime. In my intermission break, I had gone over across the way talking to former counselor Jim Courtney and George Hidden, always having a good jab about the game and what have you. And I said, listen, even speaking to Ross Coates, I said, this got the lookings of overtime, and we're 25 seconds away from it.
Well, the faceoff is in the Cataracts end of the ice. Hines against Fergus. Hines wins it. Mangan with a shot. That's blocked. Doesn't get through. Bounces out into center ice. That's going to be offside as Nicholas was inside the blue line as he touched it.
That might get all the way back, George.
That would be a tough call.
It would be a tough, and I think it's the correct call to bring it all the way back.
We're going to bring it just outside the Royals' blue line.
Okay.
17.5 seconds to go.
Brandon Nicholas was better off just letting that puck go.
Again, it'll be Fergus against... Oh, Bragg's going to come in to take it. Cercelli plays it back to Roddy Short over here in the near side to Luke Gallant. Gallant fanned on it, but got it in over the blue line. Puts it in behind the net. Barber was looking for it. Mahoney has it. Gets rid of it down the ice. And that's going to get over the red line. 2.9 seconds. He tried to feather it down there softly, I think, hoping the clock might run out.
Yeah, he actually could have skated with it even a little further, George. He tried to feather it. He feathered it just a little too hard.
A chance here to push one towards the net.
Your coach looking, Chuck, George, do you pull the goaltender?
I was thinking the same thing. The answer is no.
The answer
A.J. Whiffen stays in the net.
Actually, Cataracts may take the timeout, and they may do this, George.
They're going to think about it. They're going to call the timeout. 2.9.
I'm coaching here now. I'm hauling them.
Everybody up. Yeah, you put everybody on that line. Try and push the face-off towards the goal and have everybody crash the net. They're going to think about it.
Yeah, he's made no indication to AJ, however. I just see him chalking up a play down here below us. They're only going to have one guy on the left-hand side, right-hand side. Everybody else will be on the left side.
Student body left. Everybody out on one side and try and throw it that way.
We may actually see Cam Fergus take this face-off, George, and try to direct it straight at the net if Colin Cercelli. No, we're going to have Colin Cercelli try to drop back to Cam Fergus. Roddy Short has moved up.
All right, here we go. 2.9. Royals win it off the boards and out, and as they have been doing, and that's been a big story of this game, are the face-off wins by the Corner Brook Royals.
We have overtime, George. We had it in Game 6 last year. We have it in Game 4 this year. Don't leave anytime soon, folks.
All right, they will take a full intermission here. They will flood the ice, come back, and they'll do 20 minutes, sudden death, and they'll keep playing. 20-minute period, still somebody scores a goal. Last year, of course, Rob Henniger put it away for the Cataracts early in the first overtime and a power play goal. This afternoon, somebody's going to be the hero before the afternoon is over. Royals score. We go back to Corner Brook Friday night. Cataract score will stay here for the Herder presentation. So a lot on the line here in overtime in game number 4. And a great effort by the Royals, regardless of how this one finishes. They came into this shorthanded, down 3-0 on the road. Would have been so easy. Fell behind 2-0. Could have folded their tent and gone home and called it a season, but not a chance.
They haven't folded the tent. As a matter of fact, they've opened up another one, and this is just spectacular, George. If the season ends today for the Corner Brook Royals, they have had a tremendous season. Hockey back in Corner Brook seems to be alive and well, bodes well for next year for this league, and let's hope that it certainly transcends. And, of course, we know that the season will not end today for the Cataracts, whether you win or lose, or even in 3 more games' time, and they have the Allen Cup to look forward to August, April the 13th to the 15th. Get a little ahead of myself. That's
I'm
golf
looking
season.
forward to August.
Yes, that's golf season.
And do we have our third period summary?
We do, and just the two penalties in the period, George. One to the Corner Brook Royals at 3:10, Magnan 2 minutes for holding, and the Cataracts 3:33, Cercelli 2 minutes for holding. Shots on goal after 60 minutes of play. Grand Falls wins the Cataracts a even 50. Corner Brook Royals 44.
So the goaltenders have been very busy for all the chances that have been had in this game. It's hard to believe it's only 2-2. That's how terrific both Gillis and A.J. Whiffen have been in this game.
And you can mark down the 3 stars now, George. Winning goaltender number 1 star, losing goaltender number 2 star, and the game-winning goal scorer number 3 star.
You've got it done, no problem.
Done.
And I want to say,
Been spectacular.
If that's the way it works out, you say that's how you've already got it decided. But I got to tell you, Matt Bragg has impressed so much here this afternoon. A guy who has been sick, spent most of last weekend in hospital. To come back and talking to the staff, they said he's feeling about 50%, not feeling well at all, but he has laid it all on the line here this afternoon, and he has been the best player in this game.
Oh, no doubt. I was over there.
Other than the 2 goaltenders, maybe.
Yeah, I was over there speaking to Ross Coates and a couple of more people with the Corner Brook Royals Association, Ross being their president, and I had talked about how impressed I was, not only with Matt Bragg last night, but again today. I said each and every time that he's out on the ice is just a phenomenal player, and he's just such a great guy to be around as well, George, and such a true competitor and sportsman. And he said yes, and he said he is as sick as they come. And I said, well, you would never say it by the way he's playing.
So we have got overtime for the first time in the playoffs this year. No overtime in either one of the 2 series in the semifinals. No overtime so far here in the Herder until this afternoon. And I'm trying to think, the Cataracts, I believe they only played one shootout. They played 1 tie this entire season. That was the one against Gander early in the year.
Yeah.
The Royals, of course, got to first place by virtue of a overtime shootout. Of course, in the regular season, we don't actually play overtime. We just go directly to the shootout. That was on the final day of the regular season. They beat the Flyers in a shootout to get first place by 1 point over the Caribous and the Cataracts. So Neither team, of course, with any experience in overtime this season, because, as I say, you don't play overtime in the regular season. There were no overtimes in the playoffs up until now, so no advantage there for either team. Royals had the second period. Cataracts had the better of it in the third, but throw it all out. We'll start fresh. Next goal wins.
Well, George, we had a 2-2 game going into the third last night, ended up 4-2. We have a 2-2 going into the third today, and now going into overtime. And listen, any time that you're able to get to overtime, it's one of those things. Many times we see a bounce here or a poor chip or something along those lines. Let's just hope that it's a great goal by whatever team. And this is something that the fans of Grand Falls Windsor, and of course Cornbrook Rolls fans as well, they're looking at this today. This is a tremendous game.
All right, let's have a little bit of fun before we take a break. We're going to do our predictions. Who's going to score? Let's pick one from each team.
Okay, for me, it's got to be Matt Bragg for the Cornerbrook Rolls, and how can you go wrong with Cam Fergus for the Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts? I know I'm going out on a limb.
Yeah, you stole my pick for the Cataracts, but
Actually,
I'm going to go out on a limb.
Okay.
I'm going to say for the Cornerbrook Royals, Brandon Nicholas.
Okay.
It's the last time I picked Brandon Nicholas to score an overtime goal. He did. That was back when he was a Cataract. For the Cataracts, I'm going to say Andre Gill. He has had a tough time scoring goals. He just might get one when it means the most.
You're exactly right. Yeah, well, we shall see.
All right, we have got just under 12 and a half minutes until we get to overtime. We'll take a break again here during our third intermission, overtime intermission. Cataracts, Royals tied at 2 here in the fourth game of the 2015 Herder Memorial Championship Series, brought to you by the Telegram. You're watching the webcast here on Bell Aligned Community 1. Catch your breath, take a break. We'll be back with overtime, sudden death. Teams are back out on the ice. We are getting set for overtime here in Game 4 of the 2015 Herder Memorial Trophy Championship Series, brought to you by the Telegram. 2-2 tie after 60 minutes of play between the Cataracts and the Royals. First time we've seen overtime all year. No overtime in the regular season. There were no overtimes in the playoff games that we did, so the first time we've seen this. First time, Robert, we've seen overtime since Game 6 of the Herder last year.
Yeah. And without a doubt, George, it is exciting.
I'll say hello to Nicole Whiffens on Facebook page. Nicole had posted a picture of her and a group of people watching the Cats game down in Mexico, sitting poolside, gathered around the tablet or laptop there, watching the game.
Well, we should all be so lucky. I thought I had a good last week up in BC, sitting in my hotel room with 3 or 4 mission staff members, but Mexico at this time of the year sounds pretty good to me.
Poolside, watching the hockey.
I love it.
All right, here we go. Yetman against Bragg. Yetman wins the faceoff. Gallant's got it. Back inside his own blue line. Gallant up ahead for Yetman. He'll chip it in. Martin in there against Yetman. Yetman knocks the puck loose. Yetman's got it up along the boards, plays it back for Hounsell. His shot, that was deflected. Gallant's got to hustle back to get it. Bragg is out there for the Royals. Off the boards. Yetman's got it. Martin. Over on the left side, Nicholas threw it in front. Bragg battling there with Brennan. Gallant comes in, he's got it. Up ahead to Barber. Barber to Brennan. Brennan chips it in. Martin has it off the boards, finds Matt Bragg. Bragg back to Mangan. He's got to dump it in and head off. The Cataracts have got some room. Here's Luke Gallant to Andre Gill. Gill will backhand it in. Gillis out to play it. Around the boards was looking for Berube, held in by Short. His shot lies loose for just a moment. Short steps up again. Puck bouncing around in behind the net. Cercelli's on it. Tries to wrap around. Gillis shuts the door.
George wanted Gillis had rifled that puck around the boards, and he's a great puck handler, great shooter. However, no forward was able to get to the hash marks to the boards to get that puck. Riley Short kept it in, got a quality shot on net. Cercelli tried to wrap around.
Fergus face off against Matt Toomey. Toomey wins it into the corner. Dyke skates away from Cercelli. Knocked down at center by Gill. Gill chops it up ahead. Dyke knocks it down and plays it back to Marshall. Up ahead to Toomey, who relays it in. Brent back to get it around the boards. Gill can't get it out. Here's Dyke with a chance. Puts it towards the net. That was blocked by Cercelli. Penny in the corner. Goes in there with Brent. Cycle back down low. Brent intercepted it. Pokes it up towards the blue line and out. Andre Gill. Gill watched by Berube. Gill with a shot. Gillis makes a save, and he's going to hang on to it.
Had to be quick. That puck's just going into the corner, but much too close to let it go. Goaltender Gillis coming out, getting it with his trapper. Decided to hold on to, take a face-off down low.
Minute 44 gone in overtime.
Cataracts coming right back with the Yetman line again, George.
Yetman wins it back to Gallant. He'll put it off the boards, looking for that deflection. Brennan comes out, put it wide of the net. Croft puts it towards the net. That's deflected. Gillis with the save. Poked wide. Barber. Mahoney's on him. Stevens comes in to help out. Mike Stevens has got it, and he'll clear it up into the Royals bench.
Andrew Brennan had the whole left side, George. A gaping net and just could not get it on the net. Shot it high and wide. Royals breathe another sigh of relief.
Quick change by the Cataracts. They'll send out Fergus, Cercelli, and Gill again as they shorten the bench here to start this overtime.
Royals tried to sneak in the change as well. Goal official is not going to allow it. Cataracts with the last change.
Fergus wins it. Croft with a shot right on net. Gillis gloves it, hangs on.
And George, and in overtime, every shot is critical and crucial. You got to get the puck to the net, and of course, from a defensive point of view, you've got to get in the shooting lanes and block those shots.
Again, Fergus wins it cleanly. Croft towards the net, off the end boards. Cercelli tracks it down in the corner. Colin Cercelli gets us out in front, tries to get out in front rather, and another good poke check by Gillis. We've seen him do that a couple of times.
Colin Cercelli, George, had made a nice pivot move down low and was able to bring that puck out with relative ease, only for goaltender Gillis making a poke check. Cercelli would have been even in a more effective scoring position.
Okay, now the Cataracts bring out their third line. Toomey, Berube, Penny out there for the Royals. Rodney Mahoney behind the net. Gets it to Ryan Penny. He'll chip it out into center. Hoff catches it, knocks it down. Tried to play it ahead. That was stopped by Toomey. Toomey on the backhand. Saved by Whiffen around the boards. Alex Daly over on the far side. Leaves it for Hoff. Hoff gets it and clears it out into center. Sparks trying to get to it. Martin's got it and picked off by Sibley. Here's Mike Sibley. He'll bring it in on the left side. Sparks is the trailer. Out in front was Daly. Pass was behind him, and back come the Royals. Ryan Penny. Penny to the Cataracts blue line. Swinging wide. He's poke checked, and back come the Cataracts. 2-on-1 shaping up. Daly got Sparks with him. Daly shoots. Saved by Gillis. Martin up ahead for Penny. Penny in over the blue line. Stopped there by Gallant. He's hit against the boards. Gallant battling with Martin. Puck goes into the corner. Toomey's got it. Toomey circling the net. Back at the point. Rodney Mahoney. Mahoney holding it, throws it in front. That one off a skate. Ricochets all the way down to the Royals blue line where Mike Dyke has it. Dyke. That was tipped. No icing.
Tipped. It was tipped on the other side of the red line. I'm surprised that the officials never picked up on that.
Brent. He's got Coughlin draped all over him. Puck comes back at the point. Here's a chance. Shot right on net. Whiffin's got it. Jumps on the rebound and hangs on.
George, twice Ryan Penny went down. He protects the puck well. He went down, did not get the puck in deep, and of course turned it over just inside of the blue line. Cataracts came down. Great opportunity on the 2-on-1 for Sibley and for
Dalian Sparks.
And of course came back down again and still lost it. You've got to get that puck deep. Daly had a great opportunity.
Coughlin in behind the net. Gets by Bragg. Blackmore's looking for it. He'll play it back down deep. Coughlin over on the far side. Marshall's back at the blue line. Coughlin elects to go behind the net. Here's Bragg. Back in deep again. Sam Hounsell off the boards. Coughlin pinching in. Here's a chance for Marshall. Let's tip. That just goes wide. Brennan gets to it on the far side. Pressure here by the Royals. Blackmore holds it in. Down low for Bragg. Bragg in the corner. Steps out. Taken by Brennan. Brennan will take it around behind his own net. Brennan knocked down by Coughlin. Finally, the Cataracts get rid of it. And here's Yetman one-on-one with Mike Dyke. Yetman, his shot, one off Dyke's stick. That goes up and out of play. The face-off will stay in the Royals' end of the ice. 15:40 left to go in this first period of overtime.
Nobody's holding back here, George. Sometimes you start an overtime and you're a little tentative and really afraid to go in and take that chance. Neither one of these teams are afraid. They're really putting it up here now.
Come back with Fergus, Cercelli, Gill, Hagman, Nicholas, and Nicholas gets to it. Clears it down the ice. That'll be icing. Come back and do it again. Kenny Mahoney getting a shift on this line for the Royals.
They got to try to find some legs, George. They got some tired bodies over there.
Fergus wins it cleanly. Croft's got some room. He'll let it go. That shot goes wide of the net. Gallant pinches in, holds it in. Back to the point. Mahoney lost his stick. Gallant's got it. Gallant working his way in front. Finally has it knocked off his stick. Fergus puts it towards the net. That deflects. Taken away by the Royals. Brandon Nicholas up ahead. Kenny Mahoney will chase it down in the corner. Fergus is on him. Gallant in there to help out. Back to the point. Martin's got a little bit of room. Martin across. Rodney Mahoney on his backhand now, so he can't shoot it. Martin, hard shot, saved by Whiffen. He's got it and will hang on.
The thing is, George, it was a hard shot, a great one-timer. A.J. Whiffen was able to track it down. Royals, nobody in front of the net, off to the side.
You mentioned the fresh legs of Kenny Mahoney. He got to that puck in a hurry down in the corner and caused all that trouble.
He did. He protected the puck as well, George, and got it there and really made a nice, effective pass. Shaded his body with the puck and, of course, got it back to his D-man.
Face off to Whiffen's left. Royals win it. This is Penny. Back at the point for Dane Marshall. He'll put it towards the net. That was deflected. Went well wide of the net. Andrew Brennan will pick it up. And he'll head up ice. Brennan up the left side. Brennan shoots. That went wide. Rebound comes all the way. Back come the Royals. Here's 3-on-2 for the Royals. 3 across. Toomey. Drop pass for Penny. Penny with a shot. Rebound. Couple of big saves by Whiffen. Puck is still loose. Finally taken by Barber, and he'll get rid of it, but that's going to be a face-off the Cataracts end of the ice.
George, only because the puck was in Ryan Penny's skates, he wasn't able to get that good one-timer coming in as the late trailer. Was able to take it from a skate to a stick. Of course, that gave A.J. Whiffen a little time to get in position. What a scoring opportunity for the Royals to end this game.
Matt Bragg back out there again. He's directing traffic. Telling Corey Blackmore where he wants him to go. Now he's going to go over and relay instructions to Coughlin. Cataracts control it though. Hounsell. Cross ice, that was in the skates of Fergus. He's got a turn. Fergus plays it back to Luke Gallant. Gallant almost turned it over. Cercelli has it. Back to Hounsell. Hounsell off the boards. He'll follow up on it. Can't move on it. Gallant has it. Up to Gill. Gill will chip it in. Gillis out to play it. Around the boards. Stopped over there by Cercelli. Gill in looking for it. Gill pokes it loose. Andre Gill back at the point for Gallant. Over here for Hounsell. Hounsell with a shot towards the net. That went off a couple of players in front. Went up and out of play.
Nobody knows where it went or how it got out, George, but it's not in play. And every shot, when you see the puck go back to a D-man and he's got room to go in, everybody's holding their collective breaths on both sides of the rink.
You see Colin Cercelli looking back at Sam Hounsell. He had a bit of a grin on his face. That puck came in about head high. Cercelli was in front of the net. He looked back at Sammy and said, let's keep that puck down a little bit there, big guy. Here's Martin. That one off a skate, came right back to him. Kenny Mahoney backhands it in, bouncing puck. Whiffin's got to be careful. Won't take any chances. He'll hang on. 12:39 left to go in overtime here in the first overtime. Best game of the season, Robert, and it should be with so much on the line here today.
George, just seeing Michael Hines coming back, I noticed that he wasn't on the ice at all. He's just getting back to the bench there now.
McGurk shoots it in, tries to get around Martin. Gillis plays it around the boards. Waiting for it over there is Brandon Nicholas. Gives it to Kenny Mahoney. Mahoney will flip it in. Brent back to get it. Mike Brent off the boards. Stolen there by Magnan. Cataracts get to it first. Here's Mike Brent. 3-on-1. He's got Daly. Brent shoots. Hit Daly and Fergus. Brent elected to shoot it. Missed the net. Puck comes back to the point. Kept in by Sparks. In around behind the net. Over on the far side. It's going to be a race for it. Daly gets there first. Daly. He's checked by a couple rolls. Fergus held against the boards by Martin. Sparks in there. Sparks comes up with it. Sparks, nobody back at the point for the Cataracts. Sparks able to hold it in. Rodney Mahoney up ahead finds Kenny Mahoney. Kenny Mahoney with a chance, trying to break in. Brent comes over, knocks the puck off his stick. Toomey has to play it back. That goes out of play as Marshall played it into his own player's bench.
George, Derek Martin made a real tough pinch on the neutral zone blue line, or excuse me, neutral zone red line, and of course got caught, and the Cataracts came in on a 3-on-1.
Puck goes down into the corner where Yetman has it. Steve Yetman back at the point. Croft, that's blocked, able to hold it in. From a sharp angle, a shot bounces wide. Yetman gets to the rebound. That one off his stick, and that goes up and out of play.
Any shot now, George, people, both sides are saying, holy smokes.
Just get it towards the net eventually.
That's all you
One's
need to
gonna
do.
Go in.
You got to just get it towards the net, find a way.
Yetman, who's been the best face-off man for the Cataracts, wins this one. Back to the point, Gallant. He'll put it towards the net. That missed on the far side. Croft able to hold it in. Puts it down into the corner. Mike Dyke has got it for the Royals. Up the blue line for Berube. Berube flips the puck into the Cataracts end of the ice. Luke Gallant has it. Gallant across for Croft. Up ahead. Quick pass across for Yetman. Too hard for him from Barber, and that'll be icing against the Cataracts.
He had Yetman with speed coming down on the left-hand side as well. It was great that it was a hard pass, but it was a 1.5 feet off the ice, and not many people are going to make that reception.
So they'll bring the face-off back down to our right. Phil Mangan against Cam Fergus. Fergus wins it. Sam Hounsell's got it. Mangan's all over him. Hounsell tried to stop up Mangan. Couple of whacks at it, put it wide. Hounsell thought he was going to be able to set up behind the net. Mangan went back and got him. Puck is dumped in. Short. To Fergus. He'll lift the puck high in the air. Martin comes back to get it. No icing. Martin off the boards. Bragg, watched by Cercelli. They'll go against the boards, and Martin comes up with it. Martin through center ice. Knocked down there, and here's Fergus. Bragg cuts him off. Good play by Matt Bragg. Here's Sam Hounsell. Up ahead for Gill. Gill chips it but doesn't get it deep. Mangan back to Mahoney. Mahoney, long pass up the blue line. Bouncing puck right in on goal, so no icing. That'll trigger a change for the Royals. McGurk will chip it in. Gillis out to play it around the boards. Coughlin over on the far side. Lifts it high in the air down to the Cataract blue line. Gallant gave it away at center ice for Coughlin. Coughlin in over the blue line. Coughlin tried to pull the trigger and lost it. Puck bouncing around. Blackmore with a chance. Still bouncing around in front. Finally cleared out. Dyke holds it in at the blue line. Dyke down into the corner. Gallant comes up with the puck for the Cataracts. Luke Gallant will weave his way out over the blue line. Gets to center ice. Gallant keeps going. Here's Luke Gallant. Gallant working against Dyke. Throws it over to the far side. Nobody over there for the Cataracts as they were making a change. Puck goes high in the air down the blue line. Brent has got it. Brent almost turned it over at the blue line. Gallant's got it again. Luke Gallant tried to play it in. Doesn't get it deep. Royals come back, but they turned over. Cataracts are changing. Gallant's got to hustle off the ice. He does. Cataracts don't touch it. Royals are changing too. Bit of a mix-up there. Brent comes in front for Brennan. Chips it. And Gillis hangs on.
George, both teams, and the thing is that I've been noticing in the overtime, even when players are going to the bench and they are exhausted, but there's no sense of urgency to get off in a hurry, and you really need to get off in a hurry.
Again, it'll be Yetman against Toomey. This time Toomey wins it off the boards, and Toomey goes back and gets it himself. Matt Toomey up ahead to Berube. Berube will just dump it in. Toomey hustling into the corner to get to it first for the Royals and around behind the net. Roddy Short has it. Short off the boards. That finds Barber. Barber has to turn around. Can't really make a play on it. And Mahoney's got it. Back for Martin. A bit of an errant pass. Martin's got to go all the way back behind his net to pick it up. 9:25 left to go. First overtime. Ryan Penny stopped by Brennan. Brennan turns, gets it to Barber. Barber's in. Barber in front for Brennan. Kicked away. Yedman with a chance. Oh! Gillis.
What an unbelievable save.
Brian Gillis, his 49th save, and it was a beauty. Tipped in. Barber gets into the corner first. Barber against Martin. Puck comes out in front. Cleared away. Yetman tried to pass it back. Fanned on it, and Penny's got it. Good pass for Mangan. Over for Nicholas. Drops it back for Mangan. In front for Penny. Penny with a chance. Couldn't get a good stick on it. Puck goes in behind the net. Big collision back there. Up around the boards. Mike Dyke. He'll hold it in. That shot way over the top of the net. Mangan's got it over to the far side, though. Threw it in front. Cataracts can't get it out. Royals keep it in. Nicholas in behind the net. Here's Ryan Penny. Penny circling. Penny given time. Throws it down for Mangan. Back out in front for Nicholas. That didn't work. And it just comes out into center ice. And what a couple of good chances there for the Royals. Cleared in by Penny. That line will go off in a change after a good shift. Good hard work. Penny, Mangan, and Nicholas. Fergus, quick move at center. Pass over to Cercelli. Or to McGurk in for Cercelli. Again, the poke check by Gillis as the puck came into the crease. Royals get it, and they'll get rid of it at center ice. McGurk couldn't knock it down. Almost a mix-up there as Bragg and Short got tied up. Short might have got away with one. Cercelli weaving his way through. Here's Cercelli! He goes crashing into the goaltender. Referee lets the play continue. Bragg has it knocked off his stick. Cercelli's got to hustle to get out. Here's Brent. Brent in over the blue line. Mike Brent. Brent with a shot. Gillis with the save. Brent crashes into the goaltender, and everybody driving the net.
George, I don't know what else to say. This is just unbelievable. I can't get over the save that Brian Gillis just made on Steve Yetman. It was an empty net, and it resulted in a turnover again by Ryan Penny over on the far boards, not getting it across, and of course turned the puck over, and down they came, and it looked like it was going in the back of the net. How Brian Gillis got across, spread the eagle, and made that save spectacular.
This is a game to remember. Back at the point. Hounsell. Hounsell shot. That goes off. Kenny Mahoney stays in play down the corner. Daly's got a bit of room to operate back there now. Daly, he'll try the wraparound. Daly comes out, saved by Gillis. Sibley's on it. Sibley back down low. Gillis out to play. Leaves it for Rodney Mahoney. Sparks through the crease. Nobody there. Berube's got it. Can't get it out. Kept in by the Cataract somehow, and Sibley will backhand it down in. Daly. Alex Daly puts it towards the net. Gillis with the save. Sparks with a chance. Again, Gillis with the save. How is he keeping it out?
I don't know, George. I just don't know.
Royals relieve the pressure. It'll be icy, and Brian Gillis is the Brian Gillis that we have seen over the years that we did not see in the first 3 games.
No, and the other thing is, we talked about turnovers. Berube, total possession of the puck, could not get that puck out again. And, you know, there's only so many times you can go to the well, George. What else can you ask Brian Gillis to do? Score?
62 saves in this game. Right off the face of Pittman, got a shot, and Gillis had to be ready, and he was.
George, that's what I thought the Cataracts were going to do when it was 2.9 seconds left. I thought they were going to have Cam Fergus do the same thing, particularly when you've got a left-handed defensive shooter, because he can't get in the way.
Gillis against Mangan. Kick free. Braga's got it. Bragg got Brennan draped over him. Poke checked away by Roddy Short, and here comes Andrew Brennan. Brennan in over the blue line. Brennan. Marshall's on him. Down in the corner for Barber. Mangan took it away from him over into the far corner. Short is in there. Short is in deep now. Threw it through the crease. Went in behind the net. Barber's got it. Hoff back at the blue line. He'll put it in off the end boards. Gillis read that, and he'll hang on to it.
George, Royals down low now are losing their check. What's happening? 2 guys are gone for the same guy. 1 guy is left open. And it almost was like a power play there. They're not rotating their positions. They're staying stuck to the same guy. And, of course, as the Cataracts move the puck down low, they're effectively opening up a man. We got tired bodies out here.
Get tired bodies up here. Fergus with a chance. Fergus shot. That went wide. Over on the far side. Roddy Short will beat Coughlin to the puck. He'll turn off the boards. Finds Fergus. Blackmore was on him quickly. Fergus plays it back deep in his end. Short's got to be careful here. He'll give it to Greg Hoff. Up ahead, tipped through center. A little too far for Cercelli. Marshall over on the far side. Finds Hines. Hines will play it in. Hoff back to get it. Greg Hoff working against Hines. Off the glass and out. Martin. Martin will shoot it in around the boards. That took a funny bounce. Came out. Cataracts have it. Here's Andre Gill. Gill finds Fergus. Fergus with a bit of room. Fergus with a shot. Oh! Fergus! Cam Fergus has won it for the Cataracts.
The defenseman never got out of the way again. It's the same thing. It's over. Cataracts are Hunter champs again. You could see it coming.
Last year, Rob Henniker. This year, Cam Fergus. Fergus put this team on his back halfway through the season. Turned the season around for the Cataracts. The leading scorer in the league MVP, scores the overtime goal for the Cataracts, so similar to last year.
5:31 left in overtime. Georgie picked it up in the neutral zone, had skating ability, used the defenseman as a decoy, never made a mistake. Cam Fergus, the best player in the league all year.
The league's best player, the league's leading scorer, the hero in overtime, and the Cataracts capture back-to-back Herder championships. 3 out of the last 5 years.
Phenomenal for their 13th, George.
Did not look this way halfway through the season. The Cataracts were struggling, could not put together back-to-back wins, but they put it together when it meant the most. 11-1 over the last 12 games.
It doesn't get any sweeter than this if you're a Cataract fan and a player. And George, hats off to these Royals. What a battle, what a tremendous effort, and what a class organization. They did what it took to take the Cataracts to 4 games in this overtime game, being as short-staffed as his word. Hats off to them.
Great job by the Corner Brook Royals. Ross Coates, Gord Pennell, Brian Patey, Terry Croucher, Sean Locke, those guys, they work tremendously hard behind the scenes to really redefined this franchise back in Corner Brook. They had one goal in mind, and they got to the Herder final. And a great effort this afternoon. Robert, I have been doing senior hockey games now for 5 years. This is the best game I've seen in the 5 years I've been involved.
I have to agree wholeheartedly. And of course, we gave a shout out to Cam Fergus' sister and brother-in-law back in Paris, Ontario, and his great aunt Kathy and Uncle Roger. And I guarantee you, if they stay tuned all day today, which I'm sure they have, what a tremendous time that they're having outside of Newfoundland in support of their big bad Cam. And of course, George, what a spectacular game.
It was. And the final shots on goal, 66-51. Only 5 goals scored. The goaltenders were amazing.
Oh, amazing is an understatement.
I don't know what the future holds for senior hockey and our webcast and where I'll be next year, but I tell you, if this is the last game I do, Robert, this is the best game, and I am so proud to be a part of senior hockey in this province and to be able to bring it to folks across the island and across the world on the internet. It has been a sensational 5 years, and what a game to cap it off. Thanks to the Royals, thanks to the Cataracts for this performance this afternoon.
George, I can't help but remind you, I did pick Cam Fergus, but
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to bring it up. Yeah, you really went out on a limb. I picked Andre Gill. He got an assist.
he got an assist, and George, the
I'm
three.
taking half a point.
My 3 stars: Gillis, Fergus, Whiffen.
We will stay with our webcast through the entire post-game, post-series presentations. We will have a presentation of the series MVP as well as the Herder Trophy presented to the captain of the Cataracts, Mike Brent. All right, we made predictions. You did a good job picking Fergus. Tough one there.
Yeah.
But let's talk about MVP. Fergus,
He's my pick.
he's won every other award this year.
Well, why
Last
not?
year, somewhat in the shadow of Rob Henniger was Cam Fergus, but he has cast his own shadow this year, and it has been a big one.
And George, let's not forget his support too as well. Andre Gills played well with him this year, but Counselor Selly, I mean, Dino himself, I mean, a tremendous asset to this team. How he protects the puck, and the two of those guys. We talked about the dynamic duo last year with Henniger and Fergus. Well, the Cataracts have another dynamic duo this year in Cercelli and Cam Fergus. But
hats
make
off
no
to-
doubt
go
about
ahead.
it, Cam Fergus has taken his team on his back, and he has said, I am and I want to be the man, and he has been.
Hats off, of course, to the head of the Hockey Operations Committee for the Cataracts, Brian Casey, and his crew, because they're the ones who go out and find these players, and year after year, they have found some terrific import players. They've done some great drafts, picked up some of the young players out of the St. John's Junior League. Kyle McGurk, Brandon Bussey, who had a great year. Danny Wicks this year, Rookie of the Year, healthy scratch through the entire Herder, unfortunately. Let's go down to John Thompson.
Brought to you by the Telegram. Our representatives from the Telegram, the title sponsor of the series, and Hockey Newfoundland Labrador, the governing body of senior hockey in the province. Now, ladies and gentlemen, representing the Telegram is Kitty D, the manager of the Advertisers. You're representing Hockey Newfoundland Labrador, Mr. Murray Roberts, Vice President.
Murray Roberts, Vice President, Hockey Newfoundland, Labrador, Hockey NL.
Mr. Gary Gale, chairs, Senior Council.
Gary Gale, who chairs Senior Council. That's the group within Hockey NL responsible for senior hockey in the province.
Dr. Jared Butler, Central Director, Hockey Newfoundland Labrador.
Jared Butler, Central Representative on Senior Council.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call upon Mr. Murray Roberts to bring greetings on behalf of Hockey Newfoundland Labrador. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. behalf of President Jack and Hockey Newfoundland and Labrador, I'd like to congratulate the Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts again on the Herder Memorial Night. The Herder Memorial Championship is a trophy that's 80 years old. And in the 80 years, it has been depicted as the supremacy of senior hockey in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. It's been played in many formats, many leagues, many conditions, and this year, no different. I would like to thank, on behalf of Hockey Newfoundland and Labrador, and congratulate the Corner Brook Royals for back in the league this year. To the city of Corner Brook, to the Ross Coach and his team, and to the Booster Club of Corner Brook and the support of that community, what a tremendous job they did to get that team back in this league.
If we can get a shot of the Corner Brook representatives over on the far side. You see Ross Coach, Gord Pennell, Sean Locke, the Darren Langdon. Here they are. It's the group that brought the Royals back to Corner Brook.
What a job they put on this year to be a part of this league. As well, the Sarandoo Caribous, who have taken on a tremendous, as we know, task. In this country, starting April 13th, our Herder Memorial former champs, as well as the final champs of the National Health Cup, will be hosted in the Sarandoo Caribou Civic Center starting on April 13th. And what a tremendous impact that's going to have on this province and senior hockey for the country. And what a job they've done to get that ready for us in the future.
Giving credit to the Clarenville Caribous to be hosting the Allen Cup April 13th to the 18th.
This year's Herder Memorial Championship, a job well done. I want to indicate that was brought by Ladies and gentlemen, in 2005, Hockey Newfoundland and Labrador established the Cliff Gorman Memorial Award, presented annually to the player judge most valuable to his team in the Herder Memorial Series.
This is the Cliff Gorman Award, which will go to the Herder MVP.
Of the late Cliff Gorman, who was instrumental in fostering and promoting senior hockey and was the general manager of the 1986 Corner Brook Royals Allen Cup Championship team. At this time, I'd like to call upon Mr. Gary Gibb to present the 2015 Cliff Gorman Memorial Award to Friendly Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts, number 14!
Well, George, I got it right twice today. I'm going to have to pick some lotto numbers for Wednesday.
Yeah, I think we had a bit of a lock on this one. Cam Fergus. Cam Fergus was Fergalicious once again.
Fergalicious, George. You coined it.
Boy, he took home just about every award. The leading scorer, league MVP, team MVP, the Cohen Cup, and now the Cliff Gorman Award.
Emblematic of the Provincial Senior Hockey Championship in Newfoundland and Labrador. The Herder Trophy was first presented in 1935 by the Telegram in honor of the Herder family, the Telegram's founders. This historic trophy now stands at 80 years old. The Telegram continues to be a supporter of provincial senior hockey and provides extensive coverage and support. At this time, I'd like to call upon Ms. Kitty Dean, representing the Telegram, and Mr. Murray Roberts, representing
Executive Director of Hockey NL,
to present this
Craig Tuck, bringing out the Herder, be presented by Kitty Dean, representing the Telegram, their title sponsor. And for the second time, Mike Brent. He calls out the assistants to join him. The alternates, Luke Gallant, Sam Hounsell, Cam Fergus. The Royals on the far side of the ice leave. They salute their fans. And a lot of the Royals fans have stayed. They made the trip over here to Grand Falls, Windsor this weekend to support their team.
And George, in a moment or two, I'm going to make my way downstairs as well and take part in some of the festivities. Another tremendous hockey performance. The fans of Central Newfoundland, the province, have been treated to some phenomenal hockey again this year, George.
Robert, it has been a pleasure working with you again this year. As I say, I don't know where next year will will take us, what's going to happen with senior hockey, and what will be happening in terms of broadcasting senior hockey, or where you and I will be. There's Mike Brent. But it's been a great year, 2 years in a row now, the Cataracts winning their herder. I want to thank you. I want to thank our cameramen, Wayne Lynch, Bill Feltham, who've been with us for the last few years doing the webcast. And I thank Roy King and Trev Miller, who did all the technical work to get this up and running in the first place. I want to thank the fans for staying with us when things didn't always go technically perfectly. We had a fun night last night, to say the least, but things went well today. And we got through the final game of the season. Folks, thanks so much. Let's come inside the booth for just a second. Again, thank you so much for watching all year long. It's been a great year. It's been a fun year. We've done, do the math here, 24 and 8. I'm getting 32 games this year. We've been able to bring you most of them on a webcast, occasionally with the old-fashioned audio cast, but pleased to be able to bring them to you. We'll see what happens next year. For now, it's the Cataracts who will celebrate well into the wee hours, I'm sure. Again, thanks for watching. For Robert, for Bill, for Wayne, everybody involved in the webcast. Of course, can't forget Bob.
Big Bad Bob.
Bob Hedges, who's been our third man, has provided all the stats for us. Thanks so much. Congratulations to the Cataracts. Congratulations to the Royals. Next for the Cataracts, off to the Allen Cup. And we'll see what that brings us. Good luck to them there. Thanks, folks. We'll hopefully see you again sometime down the road. What we'll do is we'll stay with our main camera if the camera guys don't mind sticking around so you can watch some more of the festivities. But we are signing off for now. So long, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention for a moment, please? Dave's Collectibles is currently selling souvenirs of the Herder Championship today, if you want to get some, down in front of the stadium. That's souvenirs of this championship today are on sale at the front of the stadium.
As the Cataracts continue to celebrate with their fans on the ice here at the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium, we will say good night.